talk is money, honey. All we talk is money. All we talk is money. It's like bees to the honey. Honey, money, honey, money, honey. It's the SOSCAST, baby.
Call me off guard. Welcome to the SOSCAST, only here on Valuetainment, the sexiest financial show in the world. This is where finance meets romance. I'm here every week with my chicken-eating, Chick-fil-A stealing friend Natalia over here, co-hostess, and an amazing panel of women, and this young gentleman right here.
Yes.
And you know what we do here on this show, being that it's a sexy financial show, we want to see you guys out there get paid, laid, and do it your way. That's what we do around here. So before we meet our guests, the lovely women, and our main male guest, let's talk about some of the topics we're going to be discussing today.
Nice.
And I see stories in the news, and I think, how can I take these trending stories and make them relevant to what we talk about here? So have you guys seen this Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce situation?
Yeah, she got a
Okay.
man's.
She's got what?
She's got a man's.
She's got a man's, my friend Natalia says. She's got a dude. Something's going on there. We're going to discuss that. Most notably, what it is like to date a high-value woman. We're going to have that discussion. What is a high-value woman? Is it money? Is it looks? Is it job? Is it sex appeal? Is it your OnlyFans account just crossed $1 million this year? We'll have that discussion. Obviously, there's only one or two women in the world on Taylor Swift's level, but we'll extrapolate upon that and have that discussion. So, any Taylor Swift fans here? Oh, Gabby, you're a Swiftie. So we'll break that down. We'll break down specifically what is a high-value woman compared to a high-value man. Speaking of high-value man, hey, Nat.
Hey.
We'll talk about what our good friend of the show, friend of the channel, Andrew Tate has to say about relying on women. Should you or should you not? We'll also talk about what percentage of millennials think they're going to be millionaires that might hear the story and might be a little bit disappointed. We shall see. You being one of them.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about why
Definitely
men
not.
are always paying on the first date,
Yes.
paying in the club, paying for everything. And the
Yes.
reality is how men treat tens versus how they treat twos. And speaking of tens and twos, there's a former 10 who's now divorced. Her name is Emily Ratajkowski. She's in the news. Her show just got canceled. We'll have that discussion. And then we'll wrap it up with gold digging gone wrong.
Oh.
So there's a lot going on in the news today. But before we get started, let me give a quick shout out to Aaron Randolph. Aaron Randolph, he's our sponsors guy, and he only aligns us with the best sponsors, the best companies out there. And this company that we've been working with for, how long has it been? At least 6 months? 6 months, and I'm talking about American Hartford Gold. I say this all the time. This is a financial show, but we try to make finance sexy. Finance meets romance. And everyone knows that my slogan, my catchphrase is save that money. Why do you need to save that money? Well, not so you can save up to spend on things, save up to invest in things. And that's exactly why I recommend American Hartford Gold. It's no secret in the investment game that you need to diversify your assets. You know, they say don't put all your eggs in one basket. You good?
Yes.
That's my girl. She's catching Tourette's next to me while I'm doing the read. Diversify your assets, cash, stocks, bonds, portfolio, 401k, Roth IRA, ETFs, crypto, Bitcoin, and then commodities like gold and silver. And this is where you guys out there who are looking to hedge against inflation, protect your money, should be considering gold, specifically from American Hartford Gold. So American Hartford Gold will ship physical gold directly to your door. Gold and silver directly to your door, or they can set you up with a gold IRA. You know that I'm an advocate of Roth IRAs or 401ks. Gold can be a portion of what you put in your portfolio. You know, what I say is crypto, Bitcoin is like the new gold. But there's the old gold, right? And this is that. So American Hartford Gold has earned a 5-star rating from thousands of reviews, but even more importantly, they have an A+ grade from the BBB. Natalia, pop quiz. Who's the BBB?
Better Business Bureau.
Oh my God, it only took her 5 times of me reading that to remember that the Better Business Bureau, the BBB, not the BBLs, Nat. Relax, that's for later in the show.
Okay.
But shout out to American Hartford Gold. If you're interested in this, we have the VT deal. We'll give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. You can click the link in the description that our friend Malik has going on over there. If you're old school and you feel like picking up the phone, unlike a Gen Z or millennial, you can call 866-443-6361 if you're old school. Or if you're more like lazy, like, yo, girl, you up, you can text SOS to 65532. So if you're old school, you can pick up the phone, smile and dial, right, Z? 866-443-6361. Or you can hit them with the you up SOS text. Information is in the description. With that being said, let's start the show. Let's meet our panel. So as we say around here, typically, first.
Rapper, Mark Cuban, I mean, you name it, we probably got a jersey in their hands. And then just rode that momentum, and with the podcast, now we're getting, millions of views a day.
So when you're giving these celebrities, whether it's Trump, whether it's Cuban, whether it's athletes, whether it's rappers, these jerseys, it obviously gets your name out there. Mm-hmm. What do they have to do to get a free jersey? Do they got to give you a shout out? Do they got to tag something? Give me the business model where you get it in the hands of these celebrities. How does that drive revenue? How does that drive eyeballs to your company?
Yeah, at first I was just sending them to them. Didn't really expect much, but eventually word got out that the quality was good. So we started doing launches with them. So we've released a jersey with 2 Chainz, with Young M.A., bunch of rappers, and it led to some significant revenue. Did a bunch of music festivals. And e-commerce is how I made my first money. So. Gotcha.
And are you still focusing on the company?
No, now I'm full-time podcasting.
Full-time podcasting. So what'd you do with the company?
It's still running. From there, I got into crypto a bit, caught that bull run.
Yeah.
Made some good money there, and had a marketing agency, which I sold. And now I'm full-time with Digital Social Hour.
Did you sell the company to an investor? Is someone still running it? Do you still own a piece of it?
Which company?
Where's Jersey Champs today?
Jersey Champs? Yeah, I sold part of it. It's still running. But my big exit was the marketing agency, I'd say.
Gotcha. So last question before we meet the ladies. I say this all the time. You have a product and you have marketing. You have a product and you have marketing. The most successful guys that I know have some sort of business model product that they sell, and then they put on the marketing switch. As an example, I just did Ryan Pineda's podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome guy. We had this discussion. PBD, who's my CEO, founder of Valuetainment. I knew him from the financial world, from the insurance world, from the finance world. Ryan Pineda did real estate. Mm-hmm. I did finance. PBD did insurance. We all had legitimate, actual business models. We made our money, and then we pivoted to social media. The problem that I see with a lot of young people out there is they just want to start doing social media without having any business, without having any experience, without having a come-up story, and they just want to start just doing content. Where they're, maybe if you're TikToking, all right, that's one thing, but that's not, I don't think, going to lead to a lot of success in the podcasting game, right? So now you're focused on the digital social out.
Yeah.
Is podcasting, right?
Yep.
So explain the business, the acumen, the success, how that translates into podcasting, and what happens if you started doing podcasting without that business success? What would that look like?
Well, I know the answer to that because I did try to start a podcast 5 years ago when I was a nobody, and it completely flopped. You need to build up that resume. You need to build up your network. I wouldn't be able to have on amazing guests without experience and networking, going to events and stuff. And it sort of just grew, man. I mean, we started this year. 9 months later, it's cash flowing heavy. Had on some amazing guests, and we're 300 episodes in.
300 episodes. Oh, wow. Respect. What number are we on that?
We're on.
She can't read so good, so we're just we're teaching her to read. Gotcha, 145. All right, cool. Well, Sean, thank you for being here. Thank you for validating what I'm saying. Before we continue, is everything okay, Nat, with the team? Everything good?
Yes.
I see a lot of concern. I want everyone to feel comfortable.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Phenomenal.
All right. Is there anything you would like to address?
Stop and subscribe to the channel.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha.
That's
So
all
we
I
have a
got.
special guest in the house. Z's
Yes.
here. All right. We're going to try to convince her out here. Well, Sean, thank you for being here. You've had a lot of success in the business world, now in the social world. Are you pretty comfortable with pretty girls surrounding you? Is that something you're okay with?
It's a new space for me, but I'll make it happen.
A guy like you partying in Vegas, I don't think it's that new.
I'm engaged, man.
You're engaged.
Yeah.
Age 26. How long you been with your girl?
6 years.
Wow. This guy just blew my mind. My brain is all
wear
over the
your
studio
ring?
floor.
No, I don't have one yet.
Damn.
Men, Nat, I don't know if you know how that works. Men don't wear a ring until they get married. He's engaged.
I don't like that.
Well, you just find this out?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's true. I didn't know that
I
either.
didn't know that either. I'm like, you got a ring because I'm your wife.
They don't get the ring on until they do like the
So
vows.
why do the women wear it first?
Because the women demand a ring in order to get engaged, in order to
That's right,
commit.
Val.
So the man
So
can
technically,
lie.
the man doesn't
The
have
man
to
can
commit.
lie.
Man can
Until-
lie.
Damn.
Listen, guys, we're about to open up a whole can of worms with who's lying out
Baby, you
here.
gotta wear your ring while we're engaged.
Well, how many of you guys would be engaged, committed, officially without the ring?
Isn't that what
Okay,
you're dating? Is
relax.
that dating?
But officially, does anyone have a ring here? Is anyone married here?
Not yet.
Okay, no one here. Raise your hand if you actually want to get a ring one day. Gabby, you don't want a ring.
It's not gonna make
No, you don't want a ring?
All right, maybe let me go deeper. The ring is just a symbol for marriage. Do you want to get married one day?
It's not a deal breaker.
She said that previously.
Gabby don't give a shit. What is going on with you and Z over here? She brought her best friend.
What did I do?
Gabby, you're a 6'2" supermodel. You don't care about
5'11".
with heels on.
6'2", yeah.
You're 6. I mean, come on, guys. All right. So we just informed to our friends at home, by the way. We just informed Natalia
Yeah, and Val.
that men don't
marriage
wear
works.
wedding rings until they get married.
Good to know.
Val, you didn't know that either.
I had no idea.
That's dangerous.
Listen,
I don't
guys,
like
we
it.
need to
That's
we need to
dangerous.
coach
So
these we need to
confused.
coach these ladies
really
up.
didn't know that.
Let's meet our panel
Help.
of unmarried, non-ringing, rocking, unaware women. Riss is here. Riss Dubois. Is that French?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
What does Dubois mean?
I don't know. I think I looked it up one time and it was like of the wood or something.
Of the wood.
I don't
There it
know.
is.
Don't quote me on that.
All right. Riss Dubois. Is that short for Marissa?
Yeah.
Riss Dubois. I'm going to ask all the ladies the same question. I just started with you. So tell us what you do for work and your relationship status.
Okay. I am a runway model. I do YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. I work with brands, work with a lot of bikini brands, boutiques. Just recently got back from New York Fashion Week, and I am in a relationship.
How long you been in the relationship?
Going on 4 years.
4 years. And how old are you?
28.
28. What age do you want to get married?
30
Okay, so you're expecting a ring in how long?
in the next 2 years.
Fun fact, by the way. Only the women wear rings until they get actual married. I don't know if you knew that. So when you get the ring, your husband is going to be sans ring. Blowing ladies' minds over here. Did you know that?
Obviously
We're teaching.
Wow.
Yeah,
Now, Sean, when you do get married, are you going to wear a ring?
I will.
Better.
Commitment. Are you on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like super, super, super religious, 1 being like, I believe in the devil. Where are you?
Say like a 4.
Okay, so this isn't even like a young marriage, virgin wife, religious thing. This is just like, yo, let's get this party started ASAP.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Back to
we
you.
love that.
And you've been with your girl since you're
Since I was 20.
20 and you're 26 now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. How old is she?
She's 25.
Oh, okay.
Like some young, that's right.
You would know that.
1 year age difference. Relax. Okay, Val's here. Not to brag, but Val Bragg is here.
Hello.
What is Val short for again?
Valerie.
Could be Valeria, could be like Valentina. Don't look at me like I'm crazy.
No, everybody always thinks it's Valeria, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's Valerie.
Yeah. I think Valerie's prettier than Valeria.
Careful, we
you.
may have a Valeria.
I don't know. Valeria sounds like malaria. Next thing you know, next thing you know, you got to go get a shot. Next thing you know, it's like we're having a COVID debate. It's like,
You never know.
let's just meet Val. Okay. Val, tell us what you do again for work.
I'm a Playboy and OnlyFans creator,
Okay.
and I'm single.
Nice. Is that because you're a Playboy and OnlyFans creator?
No, I actually became single 3 months ago. and it was just not working out. Didn't feel
Okay,
seen.
I just had a flashback.
Yeah.
We had you on the
We
show
spoke about
a
this.
month
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
We learned that you were kind of funding your man's life.
yeah.
I said, there's no way that's sustainable. Next, you know, she's single.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we're changing lives over here, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to have that discussion today. Perfect. Val couldn't be here on a better show.
It's the SOSCAST, baby.
Thanks, guys. Great shout out. Now, single, like willing to jump back in a relationship for the right guy, or no. I'm going to pump the brakes here for a little bit.
I guess for the right guy, I would say yeah, but I'm not really looking. Just focusing
Okay.
on myself right now and getting my money up.
That's
Recently
right.
moved to Miami too, so
Yes.
excited for this new chapter.
When did you move to Miami?
Like 3 weeks ago,
Oh, where were you before that?
Orlando.
Oh, that's right. You're acting like I know everyone's social security card, their address. She was on the show one fucking time. Okay. She's in Orlando. Obviously, it's like, okay, that's right. Val. And how old are you again?
24.
20. She's still young. Oh, my Jesus. Okay. Anyway, our beautiful supermodel who never wants to get married, who's questionably in a relationship with our friend Z, Gabby's back. I know you're a sick volleyball player.
Yeah.
I know you model. I know your tan is on point, on fleek, they used to say 10 years ago. What are you up to these days, work-wise, and why are you single?
I'm an engagement manager for a technology company.
You're not engaged, though.
Yeah.
No.
Relax. I saw what you tried to do there. You're an engagement manager.
I know, right?
Okay.
In the wrong field. No, I'm an engagement manager for a tech company on a global scale. And I'm single because I just haven't found the right person. I also don't go on dates, so I guess
Yeah, that's
you have to put
Kinda
in
hard to
one
do.
thing.
it's like, who asked where Vinny was?
Me and Z.
Okay, that's right. Vinny, my good friend. By the way, ladies out there, if you're looking for a 44-year-old Assyrian comedian with a great beard
You have to
and
be like
great
90
abs,
though.
he's single. He's looking for a wife. He's what?
He likes the old 90-year-olds, remember from
That's
the plane?
true. He's into
Oh,
older
yeah.
ladies. He's like, I don't know why I can't find a girl. I go, Vinny, you don't leave your house.
Yeah.
We've
I'm like,
invited
are you on
Vinny
any
out.
dating apps? He goes, no. I go, how do you expect to meet anybody? Kind
We-
of got to get out there, guys.
We invite
Anyway,
Vinny out.
ladies, Vinny's eligible.
He doesn't come out with us. We invite him out all the time.
That's my
He
point.
needs to go out. There he is.
Yeah, top left,
Send
punching
him
on
my
Vinny.
way.
Vincent O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah. Anyway, Vinny's now got way too much date time. We love you, Vinny. That's it for that. So you're 6'2", Vinny's 5'2". How's that gonna work?
Good balance.
Vinny's 5'2", you're 6'2".
I'm not 90.
I'm just saying, there's a height difference.
No.
Oh, laying down, they're all signal.
never heard
That's
that.
Z speaking from the fucking bleacher seats over here. There's a seat over here for her to sit down, but she's scared, Gabby.
She is.
Anyway, Gabby, it's great to have you back. You
Thank
always
you for
bring the
having me.
best girls around, and you always have a great attitude.
Thank you.
We always have fun. The beautiful Karma is here. She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She's an artiste.
Mm-hmm.
Today, she's got a new hairdo.
Yeah.
Did I say anything false?
No.
All right, guys, that's the end of the show. And thanks for Karma was new.
Right now I'm working as a hibachi server. And
Benihana?
no, I prefer not to say, to be honest.
Safety.
There's like two
no, not
hibachi
even just
restaurants in all of
safety.
Miami,
It's
and it's
not
not Benihana, so it's the other one.
Yeah, the other one, yeah.
Gotcha. How am I gonna find it? But go on.
And I just wanted to say that this vault drink is very delicious.
Really?
Yeah, it reminds me of a popsicle.
Nice. Did you get the coconut one?
Yes.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah.
I usually have to say it's not a paid ad, but this actually is a paid ad because we're sponsored by Vault.
Go ball.
Raise your Vault if you have it. Okay. Thanks, guys. New drink coming your way. There's Red Bull.
No.
There's Celsius. Then there's the Vault. I'm just letting you guys know. That's kind of what's going on out there. Karma, are you gonna sing for a little bit for us today at some point?
Sure, why not?
That's right. My girl, stay on deck, because we're gonna be talking about Taylor Swift today. So think of your favorite Taylor song, your Tay-Tay song. And you have a man in your life these days?
No.
All right. Well, maybe you meet some hot Asian teriyaki chicken hibachi dude. He's cutting up some fucking shrimp. You're like, yo, I like the meat, I like the shrimp. Bingo. Then you just start a relationship. No? Maybe I just got canceled for being racist. But it is a Japanese restaurant, so that's just kind of how that happens. Nobody's going to cancel me if I say, oh, you go to the Jewish deli and you meet a Jewish guy. Just kind of what happens. You go to the Cuban place, you get some fucking platinos and some arroz con pollo, nothing happens. All right, but cancel me because I brought up the Japanese restaurant. You met a Japanese guy. Anyway.
Go off.
Kyria's here.
Kyria.
Kyria. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
pretty.
Everyone butchers it.
Are you
It's fine.
Japanese by any chance?
No.
Okay, I don't know. What are you?
I'm Indonesian, Mongolian, and Chinese.
Even better. The good stuff. Indonesian. Okay. And this is your first time on the show.
It is, yes.
All right.
Glad to be here.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Give her 1 sec, then she can come on. So how did you get here? What's your story? What do you do for work? What's your relationship status?
I'm in a relationship. I am an office manager and a content creator. And I've been, on a couple different podcasts, so then I just ended up here.
Nice. What's the last podcast you were on?
The Unfiltered podcast. I
Oh,
was on
nice. How'd
one.
that go?
It was okay.
Okay. Somebody tells me it was unfiltered. Oh, we have a late guest, late bloomer.
Yay!
How you doing?
Good. How
Well,
are you?
I don't want to mess your name up.
It's Kimberly.
Kyria.
No, not Kim.
Oh.
Kyria.
Got it.
All right. And you, I've never seen this name before. It's Kim.
Kim.
Kim. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, no shit, Nat. All right, so Kim's here. Do we want Kim to move in a little bit, guys, or she's good as right there?
I think they're adjusting her.
That's my guys. Kim, thank you so much for being here.
so sorry for
Why are
being
you so late?
There was an accident on the highway.
Everyone boo Kim right now.
No.
I'm just
I love
sorry.
you, Kim.
Do you know Kim?
Yes.
From where?
She's been to our first live event with Fresh and Fit. She was helping with the event there.
I don't know Kim.
I know Kim.
All right, fine. I don't have any
She's here.
beef with Kim.
Go Kim.
Couldn't have worked out any better. Thank you for being here, Kim. Kim, everyone here wants to know your story. I didn't know that this KIM thing was a word. I've just found out. Thanks, Nat.
You're welcome.
Kim, what do you do for work and what's your relationship status?
I am single and I'm a paraprofessional.
Paraprofessional?
Yes.
That's kind of like a kind of professional? What does that mean?
So
Like I kind of do this professional podcast thing.
so
But
it's
it could
a,
end at any minute, so you never know.
it's
What's
a
a
license I
paraprofessional?
have to be able to teach without fully completing my bachelor's degree.
Love that. It's a license I have to basically half-ass through life, and it's great. And it's congratulations.
So I teach second grade.
I taught second grade,
Wow.
and I can tell you, you don't have to have a major qualification to let random people around kids. You had to graduate high school, I believe is what it was.
Sounds very scary, actually.
Yes. Anyway, speaking of letting random people around kids, Natalia's here. What's up,
You're
Nat?
gonna do that. How are
you doing?
you?
Do not trust her with your kids.
Trust me with your kids.
All right.
They'll come back better.
Nat, I say it every time. When I met her, she was homeless,
Don't
penniless,
say it.
shoeless. I had to cut off one of her toes just to pay some bills around here. She's on Only Feet. She's growing. Life is good for Natalia Del Valle. I say it all the time. A man will change a pretty woman's life. No woman is just changing a pretty man's life. It just doesn't happen that way. Right, Val? That's right. Thank you for Nat.
Yes.
What's new? What do you do for work? What's your relationship set? Who are you
Oh,
again?
thank you.
Can you read? Let's go.
Yes, well, first, happy SOSCAST Day. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know we had a little bit of issues at the beginning, so I appreciate all of your patience. Like we just did, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like today's video. We've got a lot of interesting topics and a great panel to discuss with. And as you guys know, I'm here at Valuetainment. I'm your co-hostess with the mostest, and
Thanks,
I'm not
Nat.
homeless.
Anymore. I found you in a trash can.
You didn't.
Now you live in a
Someone actually
high-rise.
believes that, and it's not true. I'm not homeless. But I'm super excited. I think
Not
today's
anymore.
gonna be great. No,
right.
never been homeless, thankfully. But yeah, I'm ready to get started and get this party jumping.
Speaking of not homeless and certainly not holeless, Malik's over there.
Malik the Free.
What's up, Malik? How you feeling? Right now, he's got a girl. He's like, I swear to God, I am homeless. I swear on my life, I've got one girl. I am homeless for sure. Malik, you ready to rock today?
Oh yeah, always.
Okay. All right. He's a man of few words. Oh yeah, always. That's as much as we're gonna get.
That's
from
the answer
Malik.
to everything.
That's right. Well, anyway, thanks for everyone being here. Sean, thank you for being here. Thank you, lovely ladies, and thank you, Kim, for getting here on time.
Thank you, Sauce, for being
hey,
here.
bro, this is what I do. Happy to be here. So let's start this show. So there's this semi-famous musical artist, Taylor Swift. You might have heard of her.
Yeah.
Okay, she's out there. She sings a couple songs. She's only made $750 million by the age of 33. Hot stuff. She's all over the news today, this week. Not so much because she's done something out of the ordinary. Well, she has. She's actually dating an NFL Pro Bowl, Super Bowl winner. His name is Travis Kelce. So they've been, quote unquote, hanging out for the better part of a month. But this weekend, they made it official when she went to his football game. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the living piss out of the Chicago Bears, like 48-zip or something like that. She's up there in the box cheering. The whole time I'm like, who's the lady she's with? Is that her mom? No, it's Travis's mom. Bang, met the mom already. Malik, I'm sure you have some pictures of the two of them. So there you go. And if you go to People, you could probably see a better picture of the two of them. So they've been hanging out, but they're not ready to label things too much. But after the game, here's where we're going with this. He took her out to a restaurant in Kansas City because he lives in Kansas City. His quarterback, as you know, is Patrick Mahomes. They won the 2 Super Bowls, 2 of the last 4 Super Bowls, I want to say. And you know how like we always say with the ladies, like, hey, the bill comes. The ladies kind of like fake to like reach in their purse, and you're like, no, I got this, baby. And she's like, great, I was just faking the fucking purse thing anyway.
I
like,
don't even fake anymore.
I wasn't even paying. I would just sit there.
Yeah, I just look
So,
at it.
How emasculating it is if a woman comes to your town, not only are you not paying for the bill, she rents the entire restaurant, pays everybody's bill, kicks everybody's out, and she pays the bill, and you go to pay the bill, and she's like, nah, honey, I'm Taylor Swift. I got this thing. Go to that image, if you will. So Taylor Swift clears out the restaurant to make way for her and Travis Kelce. So Patriots coach Bill Belichick called it the biggest catch of Travis's career. This is them. Is that a video? Yeah. Is that a video right there of them leaving the game?
It was.
This is them leaving the game together. All right. This is super fans going crazy. That's his outfit, rocking him. That's Travis Kelce. Here's some just quick facts for you real quick. Taylor Swift, age 33. Her net worth is $740 million. Travis Kelce is age 33. His net worth is $30 million. That'd be the equivalent of I make $1 million a year and you make $3,000. Okay? Sort of a big difference. His exes included a bunch of no-name models you probably never heard of before. Maya Benbury, Kayla Nicole, and Zuri Hall, Entertainment Report. Kaya Nicole was actually here on the show before. Do you remember that, Nat?
Yes.
No, she was never here. I lied about that just to show you how irrelevant these people are. However, Travis's, those are his exes. Taylor's notable exes include Jake Gyllenhaal, John Mayer, Joe Jonas, Taylor Lautner from The Twilight, Harry Styles, Calvin Harris. The bottom line is this. She's had 11 exes and 12 Grammys, so there might be a Grammy for Travis Kelce with his name on it sometime soon. So here's the situation. They're sort of labeling this the new power couple, the new it couple. Travis has done his own reality TV show, Catching Kelce. Gabby, you seem to know all about this stuff. She's all about that life. She's trying to make some NFL, NBA babies.
Yeah.
Whereas he also hosted SNL. So in terms of football players, I would say he's probably top 50 most famous NFL football player. Okay? Raise your hand if prior to this you've ever heard the name Travis Kelce. Raise your hand.
Crickets.
Okay, Sean kind of raised his hand.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, I mean, you make jerseys for a living. I would hope you know, like a big... Gabby kind of knows what's going on. Have you ever heard Travis Kelce's name before, ever?
No.
Nat, ever?
Kelce Travis, no.
No, Travis. Have you ever heard his name?
Nope.
Karma?
It's not ringing a bell.
Ring a bell? Anybody? Okay, Kim. So to say he's not a household name in the pop culture world would be okay.
Yeah.
Raise your hand here if you've ever heard Taylor Swift's name.
Yes.
Okay. We all know Taylor Swift. Yes. So here we have a guy worth $30 million Same age as, I forgot her name. Oh, sorry. No, it's Taylor Swift. She's worth $750 million. He's worth $30 million. In terms of like big time dude, this is a big time dude.
Yeah.
Okay? Big time dude. But he ain't shit compared
To Taylor Swift.
to Taylor Swift, to the Swifties out
I
there.
would have never thought
So
you'd say that.
that's the conversation that we're going to have today. Together they're a power couple. Who leads this relationship?
The woman.
We always say that the man leads, the woman follows. But Taylor Swift, $740 million, 11 Grammys, everyone knows her name. Travis Kelce, sort of a beast, sort of a boss. He ain't her. Who leads this relationship? Who is it?
Taylor Swift.
Tell us why, Val.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Explain.
Well, I didn't necessarily like fund his life. Like he paid his own bills and stuff, but I did find myself taking care of more of like the expensive stuff or like dates. Because, you know, I live a certain lifestyle, and if I wanted to keep up with that lifestyle and have him include it, it was kind of like, oh, it's your idea, you gotta pay. So, I mean, you can see it in the article where she cleared out the restaurant. Like, that just goes to show.
She paid for the whole bill. She cleared the restaurant. Listen, guys, I know guys who are worth 10, 20, 50, $100 million. That ain't a billionaire. There's levels to this. So she's going to be a billionaire in the next handful of years.
Yeah.
Right? Kim K's a billionaire. J-Lo is probably worth a half a bill. She's that chick.
Yeah.
Okay? What do you think this relationship is going to look like moving forward? Have you ever had a girl fund your life?
No, I
Or
don't
a
think,
girl make way more money than you and take care of you? How would you operate with that?
I don't think I could do it as a man.
Really?
I think I want to be the provider, you know, and if my girl makes money, that's cool, but I want to make, you know, most of the money, I'd say.
Would you be okay with your girl making more than you?
Not by that much.
Okay.
That difference is too much.
So if Taylor Swift was like, yo, Sean Kelly, Jersey champs, been seeing that.
Yeah.
I cleared out this nice restaurant in Kansas City for you.
I would pass on T Swift.
You would pass on Taylor Swift?
No, he wouldn't.
Explain why.
Well, he's engaged.
All
Yeah,
right.
first of all, I'm engaged.
Sorry, wife.
He's loyal.
Okay, let's just say you weren't engaged for this
I
conversation.
wasn't engaged. Well, dating a high-profile celebrity, that's a whole nother conversation, I think, too. The money part's one thing, but she's also super famous. You can't even have a life with her, like, you know what I mean?
No privacy at all.
Not worth it.
No privacy.
Got it.
I don't think I could do it.
So you wouldn't even attempt to go down that path?
No, not with Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Would you?
Hell yeah.
Adam would want,
Sure.
you'd want to be the
She got
next
the bill.
album. You'd want to be the next, like, album.
Oh, I
that
want
she
her
writes.
singing a whole album about me, how I didn't
You'd love
treat her
it.
right. I
He's
didn't
like
treat her
ready
well
for the
enough.
photo shoot for the album
Exactly.
cover.
I want her making love songs about. I want her like thinking about.
Well, she's making him
Yeah.
look good now. Like,
Yeah.
say
he-
it doesn't work
Yeah.
out, you know how many girls are going to go after him?
He's
after
smart.
that?
He's smart for that.
He's
smart
like-
move, smart man. He knew what he was doing.
I have many stories I can say about the precedent this will set. But let me get everybody's opinion here. How comfortable are you paying for your man's life, or do you want your man to be way more wealthy than you? What's that dynamic that you would like in your relationship?
Me and my man both make good money, so it's never really a conversation. He definitely pays for most everything, but if I want to do something, I'll surprise him and pay for things because I have it.
So when you say, you guys live together? Who pays the rent?
He does.
So he pays all the rent. When you guys go out to dinner, who pays for dinner?
He does.
Okay. When you guys travel, airplanes, who's paying for that?
Sometimes, like, I'm the booker of things, so like
Okay.
I'll pay for the airplane and stuff just because he pays for everything. So if I just want something done right now, I'll pay for it.
Gotcha.
But for the most part, he does pay for things. Yeah.
Other than random things here and there, what is fixed expenses in your life?
That he pays for?
Yeah, or just what that you pay for?
I'm a low maintenance gal. I have, you know, I still have a place where I used to live, so I still pay that rent. My car, well, no, I paid my car off. I don't know, like my cell phone, my insurance. I don't have a lot of upkeep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you prefer your man to take care of the bigger expenses.
Yeah.
Now, if he flipped it and he's like, look, baby, you know, I just got laid off from my job. Things ain't good. How long would you be willing to fund his life? 6 months?
6 months to a year.
6 years?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm attracted to an ambitious man, and an ambitious man would not allow himself 6 years to get on his feet.
Got it. Sean, just for the record, how long have you been paying for your girl's life?
Since the start
How long are you planning on paying for your girl's life?
until the end.
Oh, wow.
Good answer.
We just uncovered something.
Yay.
Okay. Finance meets romance. We just figured something out here. Hold on. The lovely Miss Dubois
Yes.
over here, soon to be something else, would only be comfortable paying for her man's life for 6 months, give or
A
take.
year.
Maybe a year.
It's going up.
Listen, buddy, maybe a
I
year.
said 6 months
Yeah.
to a year.
Where Sean is totally comfortable paying for his girl's life forever, ever. So there's the difference. Men are built to providers. I say this all the time. Women make money to become independent. I don't need no man. Nobody's paying my bills. Men make money to acquire dependence. All right, let me go get me a girl. Let me go get me some kids. I'm paying for all these motherfuckers now. Women are like, I'm not paying for nobody but myself. Gabby, why do you think that is? Why are men built to have dependence in their life and pay for people, whereas women are like, yo, I'm not built to be paying for anybody but myself? Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, that's the way I was raised. My dad he funded everything in our family, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom. So I'm actually used to that type of lifestyle. But I think that's just how men were raised. Like, that's the way their parents should have also taught them how to treat a woman and things like that, because that's how it was in my family.
Okay. Karma, I'm going to come to you, but have a T Swift song ready to rock, okay? Shake it off in a second.
That was Beyonce.
Kyria?
You can just call me Kate for the rest of the
Kay?
show. Yeah, it's
Why
okay.
can't I say this? Give me the name again.
It's like curious, but
Kyria.
Curious, Kyria.
Yeah,
Kyria.
Kyria.
Oh.
Yeah.
Curious, Kyria. Done. Just say that. Hello? Kyria, you've been with your man how long?
3 years.
3 years. How does that relationship dynamic work? Who's paying for what? Who's paying for who?
In the beginning, it was 50-50. Just because I'm 20, so we were kind of young.
How old are you now?
Yeah, I'm 20.
20 now?
Yeah.
Shit, we didn't check your ID before the show. You better not be drinking.
I'm not drinking.
Perfect. Okay.
So in the beginning, it was 50-50. We just recently moved to Florida from New York, and we're slowly transitioning into a 70-30 lifestyle.
And you're going to pay 70, he's going to pay 30?
absolutely
Oh,
not.
what?
No.
Hold on, what? You're going to pay the 30?
Yeah.
Interesting. Gotcha. How'd you come up with that split?
So I'm very traditional, and I want to be a stay-at-home mom one day. So much so that I actually did step down from my previous career endeavors because I was working on Wall Street in New York, but now I actually work with kids. So I took a
Nice.
step down. I make like $50K a year now, which I'm totally not used to, but everything that I don't pay for like bills and stuff, it goes automatically into savings and investments, and we're trying to live off of his income so that whenever we do get married and have kids, it's not a massive change. Like, oh my God, now we only have to live on one income. So we're like slowly preparing for
So
that.
when you do get married, what percentage of the household bills will you pay for?
In an ideal world, 0.
Okay.
But I know like
Nice.
this economy kind of sucks, but that's why I have taken up content creating. I'm like a home
Got
influencer,
it.
cleaning influencer.
And just to be clear, Sean, when you get married, what percentage of the household bills will you pay for?
Say all of it.
Okay, so we're identifying some KPIs, key performance indicators in relationship here, guys. Men pay for it all. Women, if they play their cards right, don't got to pay for shit. Interesting dynamic here. We're going to circle back to Travis and Taylor in a second because that's where this thing started. Kim Jimenez.
Hi.
Did I roll that M right? Jimenez?
Jimenez.
Respect. Kim, you're in a relationship right now?
I'm not.
You're not. Okay. When you do go out on dates, who pays on the date?
The guy.
The guy.
Yep.
Why don't you split it 50-50?
I was in a relationship where I paid for, I would say, 90% of it.
Okay. And that lasted how long?
Almost 2 years.
How did you let it get to the point where you're paying things for 2 years, Kim Jimenez?
I'm young,
You're young?
Yes. And
Okay, how old are you now?
I'm 19.
19. We got to do some IDing out here, y'all. Maybe 18 plus to be here. All good. So this is what happens. I'm noticing something that happens here. The younger you are, the broker the people you're hanging out with. That's
Before,
just
exactly.
You were a broke 18-year-old high school kid, college kid, right? I was broke as hell. You don't know any better. And then what happens is this. See how there's like money raining behind me? You're like, oh, there's a whole fucking world out here of money, and I'm a pretty girl, and all I gotta do is be pretty and act kind of right, and guys will just fund my life and take care of me? Why am I with this broke joker over here? All right, like Taco Bell? Nah, here we're going to Mexico now. Done. And ladies, if they play their cards right, the more lovely they are, the more attractive they are, the more beautiful they are, outside and inside, they can basically get their life funded. So at this point, now your next man, how much of the dates and lifestyle are you going to be paying for?
0.
0. So we just found something out here, Sean.
We did.
0 is a number these willing are pay for. Malik, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
You've been dating your girl for a while.
Yeah, 2 years.
But you don't fund her life.
Oh, no, we don't live together.
You don't live together.
No.
But when you go out on dates, I saw you went on a date this weekend. You posted on IG. Who splits the bills?
Oh, no, we don't. I mean, most of the time I get it, but sometimes if it's like her idea, I'm like, all right, that's on you, cause like.
So what's that?
I said sometimes like if it's her idea, then she's like, oh yeah, I got it.
Now
but
here's
like,
my question, sir, because I know you're still young, you're making money. Have you noticed a correlation to that when she pays the bill, you ain't getting no nookie that night? Have you noticed the correlation there?
Oh no, I still get it.
That's why he's a freak.
Ladies, okay, but that's my dog, Malik. But ladies, let's be real here. Have you noticed that when you have to pay for stuff, something happens when your wallet dries up? Your kitty cat kind of dries up.
Meow.
Is that not right, Val?
It is very true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meow.
So, and why is that?
It's just, it doesn't, it's kind of like unattractive. Because it makes you
Interesting.
think like if I'm like saving more money by myself, it's like, what's the point? If you're not really adding into my life, what's the point of being in a relationship?
Okay. You're not adding in my life. Does anybody want to weigh in on that?
I mean, they're just not
Karma?
fulfilling the
I didn't even have your opinion
provider
yet.
role.
Number one, let's just dream with me for a second. You're at a sexy hibachi restaurant. It's time to eat your motherfucking Kung Pao chicken or whatever. I don't know whatever they got going on there. And the bill shows up. And you say, I got this. And he's like, okay, honey. What does that do for you in a sexual way? Does that turn you on or turn you off? Paying the bill.
Have you seen a hibachi bill?
That bill big.
Yeah. That's
That
what you
racks
said.
up real quick.
Yeah. So what would happen if you funded that hibachi bill? Homeboy's about to get hibachi. Cut that thing off.
No, I mean, I think I might just have to do one of those, go to the front and say, hey, yeah, hibachi table, he's got it, I'll be right back, or whatever. And yeah, no, because there's no way.
You're just going to pull a move.
There's no
Are
way.
you going to leave or are you going to come back? What are you going to do?
No, I'm not going to come back.
Wow. So
I'm
you would just
scared. I
pull a
wouldn't do that.
move, exit stage left, and now Harry the hibachi guy is just sitting there being like, oh, where's my date?
It'll be different if I'm like, okay, yeah, hey, let's go here. And, I say it's on me. But if that's not the case, then yeah, that's...
Okay. Shifting gears here. We've identified something pretty important here. Girls don't want to have to pay for shit unless they have to, but they would prefer a man to pay the bills, to fund the lifestyle, and at the very most, 50-50 is the most generous you're looking to go. Then we go to the 70-30 equation over here,
I used to pay 70.
but now you're paying 30.
Yeah.
Precisely. And it ain't going the other direction, is it?
It could,
No, it ain't.
but it could.
How could it?
I don't know. He could lose his job or
So
get hurt.
let's go
or
back to our
something.
question. For Riss over here, how long are you willing to fund your guy's life?
I think the answer. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
How long?
like 2 years.
Okay. I know so many men that will pay for their women's life to the day they die. And even beyond that, because they'll set up trusts and wills and estate planning and tax preparation and all sort of wealth management to make sure, hey, when I die, I want my girl taken care of. I don't know one woman, with the exception of like Madonna, whoever, name some random famous chick that's like, when I die, I just want my husband who hasn't worked a day in his life to be taken care of. Zero, not happening. And that's fine because men will accept that responsibility. I'm just asking that you women recognize this.
Yeah, we
No?
recognize. We know.
Do you know?
Keep going. Keep going,
Respect
gentlemen.
your man is all I'm
Keep
saying.
paying them bills, baby.
Like,
I
there
know
it
it's
is.
very real, but when I was younger, my answer would have been totally different, and I would have, because in prior relationships when I was younger, I did pay 100%.
Yeah.
But
When you say younger, how old, Riz?
I started dating at 16, so from 16 to 24, I was
But
paying
this,
for
you
everything.
know how they say back in the day, knowledge is power. You don't know any better at 16. I don't even know how you have money at 16.
So that's what I'm saying. When I met my man now, he was very much wanted me to step into a more feminine role because I was very hyper independent. I had issues with people paying for things for me. Like I would let him pay for dates, but he wanted me to move in and pay for things and take care of me, and it took a long time for him to tell me like, be more feminine, and then I understood the roles, the traditional roles, and men like to provide. Men want to provide. Men are turned off when women are too independent. They want to
Not
take
all
care
of
of
them.
you. That's unless they're going to leech off of you, but that's not a man. That's just-
Exactly.
So
here-
we understand it, and I think the older and more mature we get, we're like, okay, sure, if you want to be a provider, provide, and I will do the womanly things that you like as well. But there's also women that have no desire for a man in their life and can be 100% independent, and if she did have a man, it's like these high-profile women like Taylor Swift, they pay for things and they don't care about it because they have it.
But let's not cite like the
That's,
Taylor
like,
Swifts
far
of the
off.
world and the Beyoncés of the world.
Yeah.
That's the point. 0.0001%. There's no point. That's why I'm using their story as a backdrop to the real world.
Yeah.
So the most women, what do you think that, like you're saying, there's some women that are totally, they don't need a man in their life and they'll just fund everything. Walk me through their future. You're 28? Mm-hmm. Walk me through Riss, 38, don't need no man, make your money. Walk me through that life.
I would be unfulfilled. I would do whatever I want whenever I want, but I would be lonely.
So you'd be the Chelsea Handler lifestyle. Selfish, alcohol, pills, dildos, no men.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a hell of a life.
Not that I would
How
actually
many
go
ladies
that far,
want that
but
in your life? Okay. Here's what I think is going to happen with the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift situation. And the only reason that I think this is going to happen is because I've seen this happen, and I've been in a situation like this where I was the best man, groomsman, at a wedding that turned out exactly like this. And of course, I'm talking about who?
Chris Humphries.
I'm talking about Kim Kardashian,
Kim Kardashian.
and a gentleman that she married. Let's just call him KH, because I don't want this. Boy,
Sorry.
if anyone knows the person that Kim married before Kanye was my buddy KH. Look it up if you want to know more. So here's what happens. Like when I said there's levels to this. There's a difference between someone who makes 50 grand and someone who makes $1 million. Kind of big difference. Yeah. Okay, there's a difference with someone who's worth 100 million and someone who's worth $2 million. Big difference. Kim Kardashian is now officially a billionaire. Okay, my buddy's worth $50 million. Not that big, like, not too shabby, but not $1 billion. So here's what happens. This is how it plays out. So Travis Kelce worth $30 million. Her net worth is $750 million. Here's how this plays out. Can Travis Kelce pay for dinner one night? No problem. Okay, can he take her on a nice vacation one night? No problem. All good. 1 week, all good. But here's what happens. Hey, I want to fly private. That's going to cost $100 grand. He's like, yeah, I don't ever fly private. $30 million, you ain't flying private everywhere you go. Hey, I want to go, I want a engagement ring. I need you to spend $3 million on an engagement ring. He's like, dude, I spent $3 million on a house. Okay? So it's not so much our normal lifestyle that's going to happen. Oh, he'll pay for dinner, he'll pay for vacation. When there's things she's accustomed to, private jets, $3 million engagement rings. Oh, by the way, I want my wedding to be a $20 million wedding. He's like, yeah, I'm not spending 80% of my net worth on the wedding. And all of a sudden, that's where they start fighting. Well, what do you mean? He's like, baby, I'm worth $30 million. And in the short term, he's a big, badass dude. He's going to hit it right. No doubt. He'll take that down. But a year from now, if they're even still together, she's going to have that epiphany phase that she's like, yeah, I need someone richer than him. I need someone richer than me. Because even Taylor Swift, we've learned anything, ain't trying to always fund some dude's life. Women aren't built for that. So that's why Jay-Z, not the most attractive dude in the world, Beyonce's like, all right, he's richer than me. I'll take that camel-looking motherfucker all day because he's a billionaire and she's worth X, okay? That's why J-Lo, she gets with Ben Affleck after she got with Mark Anthony. Right. Not because Mark Anthony's a tall, good-looking gentleman. He's actually 5'4", and he sings a couple decent songs. It's because he has money, because women do not want to reach into their pockets for the rest of their life. It's cool for 6 months. It's cool for 12 months, okay? You said you do it for 2 years. Are you doing it for the rest of your life, Riz?
No.
No. So Taylor Swift ain't going to do that. What was the Taylor Swift song you were going to sing again?
I don't have one.
You don't have one Taylor Swift song?
You're on the phone with your girlfriend. She's upset.
Keep going.
She's going off about something that you said, and she doesn't get you like I do. I don't remember the words.
Oh, you seems like you know every word.
I've listened to
What's the chorus?
Taylor Swift.
Ladies, help her out.
Short skirts, I wear t-shirts. You're cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers. Dream about the day you would wake up and find what you're looking for. You can see the
Sing the chorus, guys.
If you could see that I'm the one
Karma.
who understands you.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Karma failed. All right, got it.
I think something to also consider though when it comes to this is that even though like, especially when like they're famous, their network and everything is very public.
Yes.
So you have the idea of like, I make more than this man. So that level of like, can he provide? You kind of already know his level that he can provide too.
Yep.
And I think that's where they have a little bit harder when they're a celebrity in a date. I'll be honest, when I'm dating somebody, it's not like, hey, what's your net worth? You know, it's not something that I ask right away, but it's something that you find out within time. But I see with a lot of celebrities, it's something you can Google. It's very public. So
Very
it's the
Googleable.
idea of, oh, he can only provide X amount because I know that. So I
it's
think
kind of
that's
like
very
she's getting into it already knowing, I would say.
Yes.
And it's when you're making that kind of money, I'm pretty sure it really doesn't
dating
matter.
is different, I feel like.
Here's
like
why
a
it does matter.
celebrity.
Here's why you're wrong, Val. How long, Jorge, I hear you, brother. Sorry, that's Jorge, guys. Clap it up for Jorge.
We love
He's great.
Jorge.
Here's why it matters. Can anybody tell me how long the average NFL career lasts?
4 years?
3 years, 3.5 years.
Damn, Val, you
Travis
know that.
Kelce's been in the league for 10 years.
Yeah.
How many more years does he have in the league? Okay? Let's say he's got 5 more years. Let's say he makes $10 more million. He'll be 38 years old, $30 million, $40 million. That literally needs to last him the rest of his life. So unless he turns into all of a sudden a ridiculous businessman, okay, that money, that's the most amount of money he's ever going to make, period. I know a ton of NBA guys that all the money they've ever made was before age 30.
Correct.
And after 30, they were just like, all right, I guess I got to figure it out. How much longer can Taylor Swift sing her songs?
Yeah, but I got tickets to her second leg of the tour, so the amount of money she's going to make, she's literally going to like quadruple by $1 million what his even potential earnings would be for him to stay.
So when I see women like Taylor Swift, who's gorgeous, smart, beautiful, talented, awesome, and a billionaire, date an NFL athlete, Travis, enjoy it last, buddy.
He's going to get her pregnant.
What's that?
I don't
He's
think.
If he
he's
was
gonna-
smart,
He's
he
gonna
would-
get her pregnant.
You know, his
I don't
position
think
is he's
so.
the tight
I
end.
think it's a PR.
You should,
Yeah, I think so.
you should tighten up that end real quick and just
Trifling
put a
out
baby in
here.
that thing. All right,
Taylor,
next-
protect yourself.
Next question
Yes,
for
my
you ladies.
Taylor.
This conversation that we're having, we've opened up some interesting dynamics of how men pay for stuff, women pay for stuff. Sean's willing to fund a woman's entire life. Certain women are willing to fund a man's life for 6 months, 12 months. If not, sorry, because you want to date ambitious men. Cool. My question comes down to this. High value woman versus a high value man. We all know that a high value man is a protector, provider, someone who's there for his woman, treats his woman right. Other men want to be him, other women want to be with him. There's a multitude of factors. He's tall, he's good looking, he's funny, he's got jokes, he's sensitive but not too sensitive. Like, there's so many different things that make up a high value man. That's why when women have their checklist of dudes they want, it's like, easy. My question for you ladies is, how would you define a high value woman? What are those prerequisites? Go ahead, Val. What's a high value woman?
I think it has more to do with like your character as a person, like loyal, nurturing. You know, does she show traits that she'll be a good mother, good wife? When it comes to money, I don't think that matters as much because I feel like women take on different roles in like a partnership. And yeah, just like the way she portrays herself, I would say that would speak.
So loyal, character, how she handles herself.
Yeah, how
and then
she
further
how she
on that
treats,
list is
if she entertains
money. Okay.
other men, like that's
Got
about
it.
it, you know. So.
Riz, how would you describe a high value woman?
I think women think one thing and then men think another thing. So are you asking what a man would say is a high
No, I
value?
want to know, in your opinion, what's a high value woman?
I mean, modern feminine women want to be successful, well achieved, and then all the traditional things. We want to be nurturing, be able to take care of our man, take care of our family, take care of our home, make a house a home, be, loyal, dependable, things like that to be a good mother. But yeah, I don't think men look for women's income, how much they make, how well achieved they are. I don't think most men look for that. They don't really care.
Got it. Gabby, what's your definition of a high value woman?
I would kind of piggyback off a lot of the stuff that she said, but I know for me, I always look at it just from like how I carry myself and how I present myself and just what I can bring to the table in supporting my partner with. So I just know for me personally, like I want somebody that I can support and help build and help grow and help continue to push. Like I want them to be ambitious on their own, but I want to ride that ride with them. So for me, like as I would consider myself like a high value woman in that sense where like I'm independent because I want to be able to choose the person that is going to complement me well and then vice versa. But I think there's just those other, obviously some of the other ones that she had already touched on as well.
Got it. Sean, pay attention because I'm coming to you last and I want you to hear what they're saying.
Okay.
Karma, how would you define a high value woman?
I would have to put, obviously, respect at the top. Because you never know what you're going to get faced with when you're with somebody. So that's why that's at the top, respect.
Respect for who?
For your significant other, for your partner. And
So
for
not
and for
self-respect?
yourself, and for
Okay,
your. Well, you have
gotcha.
to have self-respect in order to know how to respect someone else.
Gotcha. So respect, go ahead.
Then I would have to say understanding, like communication, being accountable, and then healing. I want to say what is it? They call it like when people have
Baggage. Trauma.
like
Jaded?
family. I forgot what it's called. It was in my brain and then it just went away.
You know what? It doesn't sound like you wanted that anyway, so let's just move on. Baggage.
Yeah, so I think those are very good qualities in a woman, and especially how you are with people, children, if you want a family.
Got it. Family, children. Okay. Kyria.
Oh, you did it.
Kyria's Kyria. That's all you got to tell me. You should do that moving forward. How would you define a high value woman?
I would define her based on her ability to cultivate a warm, welcoming environment. I also think that it's very important for a woman to be submissive, and I know that's a little bit of a hot take, but I 100% believe in it. And then I also think, I am a Christian, so just following Proverbs 31, if she follows that scripture and applies it to her daily life, I do think that she at least will strive to be a high-value woman.
What's the scripture say?
It's a really, really long verse.
Give me the nuts and bolts of it, like the sentence
It's just like
synopsis.
A wise woman builds her home, a foolish woman tears it down. A woman shouldn't adorn herself with jewels and makeup, but rather shine from the inside. She's clothed with dignity and strength. She's more special than rubies. It's a whole list. It's very long.
So what did you take from that to apply to your life?
I try to apply all of it to my life, and I do believe in gender roles. I do believe in letting, my man lead. I do put in my input if I don't think that we're going in the right way, but I do it in a more submissive way rather than arguing with him about it. So I say okay a lot more than I say no.
Interesting. So walk me through what that looks like in your relationship, that he leads and you're more submissive. Hey, honey, here's where we're going for dinner. Okay.
I always make dinner.
You make dinner. Interesting. But walk me through the dynamic of maybe at first you would have been like, well, back then I would have argued or been more argumentative or disagreeable, but now I'm more submissive and I say, okay, walk me through actual instances of what you do and what you used to do.
Okay, so in the beginning, when we first got together, I was 17 and he was 20, so I obviously knew nothing. And I did believe the lie of third wave feminism, which is just, you don't need a man, you don't need anyone, you can do it all on your own. So I was very hyper independent. I've also lived on my own since I was 17, so there was some trauma there. But, once I found religion, I found that at 18, and, did a deep dive into the word and prayed a lot and things of that nature, I realized that submission isn't a bad thing. So the first thing I did, obviously, was submit to the Lord. And then that's when I noticed, okay, it's God, and then it's your man, and then it's you, and then it's your children. And that's basically what I follow.
So you're like, listen, if I can submit to God, I can submit to my husband, to my boyfriend, to my man?
Yes, because that's just the structure in the Bible. There's multiple verses that go over that, or how a marriage is supposed to be. And based on how my relationship is now, because it was really hard for us in the beginning because we were just combating each other like this. It was really hard for us in the beginning. But once I took a step back and did do work on myself, our relationship has just blossomed. I let him be who he was supposed to be, and I flourished into who I was meant to be. I realized that I also didn't even give him chances to be the man. Now, for example, if we're walking, I'd let him, guide me throughout the crowded area. I wouldn't lift my hand up to open the door. I would give him the chance to do that.
Wow.
And he definitely takes pride in that because I wasn't giving him the chance to do any of that because I wasn't giving him the respect to do any of that.
Last question for you before we go to our friend Kim. You said at the beginning you were combative and you would just talk back or act up, whatever that was. What was the breakthrough that you had to basically be like, all right, I actually want to be with this guy. We're fighting so much. What can I do different to keep this relationship alive? What was that breakthrough?
I realized that even though we both were having issues, I was the main cause of it because of my mindset. And this is something I said on another podcast last week. I don't necessarily think that women are built to provide at all because usually if they do, they'll throw it back in a man's face.
Well, we just learned that on the first half hour of the show.
They'll throw it back in a man's face. They won't respect him enough, or they'll end up resenting him. And I never ended up resenting my boyfriend or anything like that. But I did throw it back in his face, and I was like, oh, you cannot tell me what to do because I pay everything.
The old "you ain't shit" speech.
Yeah.
I know. Kim, thank you for sharing that, by the way. Kim, back to our initial question, what would your definition be of a high-value woman?
I think a high-value woman is when you're with a high-value guy, when you have a family and a home with that guy.
Okay, so how do you get the high value guy?
By being a traditional woman, by playing your role. By
Okay, are you just saying that because you think that's what we want to hear, or do you believe that?
I believe that.
How did you come upon that? You don't have to say this. Nobody has a gun to your head. Malik, right?
Right.
That should have waited. All right.
I don't got nothing.
Okay. Hands up. All right, my bad.
My mom was really traditional, and she raised me that way. So
Okay.
that's how I was raised from home.
Got it. It sounded forced, but maybe I'm wrong here. It sounded you were like, a high value woman gets a high value man, right? Okay. You believe that?
I do.
Interesting. Okay. How about you? Disagreeable, naughty Natalia?
Naughty Nat.
What would be your definition of a high value woman?
I mean, for me, my definition of a high value woman is a woman who is reliable, a woman who is feminine, a woman who is loyal, a woman who is very classy and poised, and a woman who knows how to represent her man. I think it's very easy where people can get caught up in the moment and they start bashing their husband, boyfriend. And I think that's a big red flag for men, that this is not a woman that you can rely on. And, you know, when men are in tough places, if that's an emotional moment or a financial moment, knowing that your girl, like, you can rely on her, that you're going to get through it, that's where that team bond comes in. So I think reliability is something that is very important.
Got it. Thanks, Nat.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, you've heard all this.
Heard it all.
I love seeing what the women have to say. Whose answer resonated with you the most? But before you answer that, what would your definition of a high-value man be and a high-value woman be?
A high-value man, I'd say high-income earner, loyal provider. I'd say, yeah, those three things probably for high-value man. High-value woman, I'd consider my girl a high-value woman, even though she's not a millionaire. She takes care of us, and I got 2 dogs, no kids yet, but takes care of the family. She's loyal. She's a representation of me when we go out in public. She's not blacking out, looking like a fool in front of everyone. She carries herself well. I think I have a unique take because I'm actually sapiosexual. So for those that don't know what that is, I'm attracted to intelligence. So looks for me aren't important. Now, that being said, you got to keep yourself in shape. I don't want you looking like a bum, but yeah, that to me.
You're saying when it comes to a woman, you're not interested in her looks, you're more about her brains?
So for most guys, I'd say looks are the most important thing.
Yes.
You were one of them, right?
Oh, 100%. I don't give a shit how smart you are if you ugly.
No chance.
You can clean my house, but yeah, I'm not wifing you up.
Yeah. So for me, if I'm wifing you up, you need to be able to hold some conversation.
Yeah.
You need to
Okay.
have some intelligence.
No doubt. But first is looks. Like, you're not going to...
Looks would be second.
Really?
Yeah.
How many men do you think are more like me versus like you?
I'd say 80% are like you.
I would say like 99%. That's just my opinion.
We'll see in the comments.
Yeah. All right. Guys, Malik, have you learned how to do a poll yet?
Yes.
What's more important to you, looks or smarts? Now,
Brains.
just because you pick smarts doesn't mean you want your girl to be ugly. And just because you pick looks doesn't mean you want your girl to be stupid.
Right.
I'm just saying that what's first.
And not a one-night stand, like
Yeah.
wife.
No, your girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know one guy. This is interesting. This is probably my favorite conversation I've ever had, Sean. I don't know one guy that's like, yeah, my wife, she's ugly as shit. But man,
I'm not saying she's ugly.
she's so smart, and she's a lawyer. She's actually a doctor too. She's a CPA. She's a founder. She's built many businesses. But that bitch ugly. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying that about your girl. I don't know any guy that's gonna do that. But what I do hear always are women who say, you know, when I met Fred, I wasn't that into Fred. You know? But there was something about him that grew on me. Like bacteria almost. But Fred, you know, he's quirky, he's charismatic. It did help that he had a Ferrari outside. It helped a little bit. It did help that he was a multimillionaire. But there was something about his jokes that I just fell in love with him. I don't know what it was. I hear it all the time. And then, like, there's Fred, just like ugly, balding. He's like, you know? But I feel like a woman, that looks is not their number one thing. It's ability to garner resources, it's their personality, it's their money, it's their network, it's their status, it's their humor, it's their charisma, it's the riz, it's their character, it's their principles, it's their values. And, you know, it helps if he's good looking and in shape. Like I've had women go rate where looks are 1 through 5. You might have been on that episode. I would say on average it was in the top 5. It was not in the top 3 and certainly not 1.
Right.
If I pulled 100 men and I say, where does looks need to be for your girl? I would guess that 90+% would say looks. And what I would also say, just almost validate you, is I say outer beauty and inner beauty. Like living in Miami, you know, we met at Model Volleyball. There's a lot of really pretty girls running around Miami. But when you meet them, they're entitled, they're ugly, they fucking barely care themselves well, they don't know culture. They just hot and they got a fat ass, what have you. A guy will deal with that. But that's not sustainable for most women. So sapiosexual, very interesting. We're gonna get those results in a second. How many of you women dated a guy that you weren't necessarily super attracted to, but he had all those other qualities that you were, you were about that life?
We like the ugly men.
You, all of them.
The ugly men are loyal.
I don't know many, I know women who want their men to get fat, gain weight, so they don't get more attention from men.
That's insecurities.
From women, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's weird.
Women, like, have another cup of rice, baby. I don't want you looking to get that wealth belly.
No, I want
I don't know any man who's like, stop taking care of yourself, baby. Like, I don't want nobody looking at you. No guy.
No. I think if anything, looks is like the first attraction. At least for me, like the looks, it's gonna be the opening door, you know. But I know it's like if I meet you and like as you said, there's no intelligence and your personality's not there, you're like automatically unattracted to me.
Yeah.
So like the looks might catch my eye, but then if internally you're not there, it's like a no.
Got it. So Sean, back to you, sir. So sapiosexual, you're attracted to intelligence. So back to what a high value woman is. So she needs to be smart.
Yeah.
Okay. I assume attractive.
Attractive.
Okay. Like
Represent
that's
the
in your
family.
top 3, top 5, top 10?
Yeah, I'd say second or third attractive.
Okay. So it's like, it ain't like I really don't care.
No.
You care, it's just not what you care about the most.
Right. I want her to be in shape, you know,
Gotcha.
be driven, have some purpose.
Got it.
Yeah.
So anyway, definition of a high value woman, what would it be? Smart?
Smart, represents the family well. I mentioned the money thing earlier. She doesn't need to be a millionaire, in my opinion. I think she could still be a high value woman, you know, providing for the family.
So, Malik, do you want to weigh in before I give my opinion?
Oh, yeah, sure. I feel like I agree with Kyria. About
Curious?
About like a high value woman is somebody who like follows like not necessarily like super religious, but like using the Bible for those qualities is like a good example to follow. I'm not saying you gotta wear a skirt down to your ankles and do all of this extra stuff, but like just being very like conservative, feminine, and low mileage.
Low mileage. You're in on that. So look, I think for a guy, it depends on when you meet the woman. What phase or chapter or what season of your life when you meet the girl? Let me explain. You met your girl when you were
20.
So she's been with you when you were broke, and now that you're a multimillionaire.
Yep.
Yes? So she's also helped, I assume, build your business.
Yep.
And she loved you when you're 6'4", 6'5", how tall? You're tall, dude.
6'6".
6'6". Oh, wow. She met you when you couldn't dunk, dog.
She did actually.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now you're dunking on these hoes. Not the literal performance. But the point is she believed in you, she was there for you, and you reward her loyalty. Yeah. And I assume that a lot of her brains was very a major element in your success.
Absolutely.
Hey, honey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So as you're younger, you value loyalty, brains, help me come up. You're going to, you know, she's attracted to your ambition. You're like, there's that element, okay? So you're rewarding her loyalty. It's like you're not going to leave her for some random girl with big titties you just met because you have so much history with her that you're not going to let her go. Got it. But that's when you're young. When you become 40 and you make your money and you've been with a bunch of girls, now what you're looking for is a little bit different. Okay, so I had a conversation with a girl the other day. And I said, why are you giving me headaches? Why are you arguing with me? Like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this? She's like, well, you know, I want to challenge you. I said, I don't need any challenges. I've gotten to this point in my life because I've overcome the challenges. Now you're coming into my life when I'm 40 and you want to give me headaches and debate me? I said, no. I said, do you know what I need you for? Nothing. I don't need you for shit. I go, the only reason I'm with this is going to be harsh is because of your beauty. It's the only reason I'm with you. Yeah. Now, it's because you're pretty to look at. And I also think you're actually a beautiful person on the inside because you know how I feel about beauty. And she got so like shell-shocked, G-checked. I was like, what do I need you for? I pay for everything. We travel. We go places. I buy you clothes. We do these things. By the way, I've given this speech to multiple girls. Maybe I give my credit card a little too much. That's fine. That's what happens when you have some money in your life. But the point is, I don't need these girls for anything. Now, if Taylor Swift wants to come in my life, hey, we're going to shake it off. However, most guys, when they become millionaires, multimillionaires, build businesses, have influence, have status, have network, they're just like, dude, add to my life. Be beautiful. Don't bring me stress. Be submissive to a point. Women hear that word and they're like, what? What does that even mean? But that dude doesn't necessarily need what your girlfriend gave for you. It's not like I'm going to this girl who's 24 years old and I'm like, so yeah, business strategy. Here's what I'm thinking. She's like, what's that? Exactly. That's not why I need you here. Make sure that the house looks good. Make sure it smells good. Take care of some stuff. Don't stress me out. It's a different dynamic is my point. So a high value woman is different for when you meet that guy in his life and where she's at in her life. Does that make sense?
I was going to say, I don't know if you saw, Tyler Cameron was actually on Nick Val's podcast the other day. And I thought it was incredibly interesting because he was talking about how he viewed women so differently in the different stages of his life. As he got more money, as he had more success. To be serious, he's had some pretty great women that he's been able to catch.
This is who?
Tyler Cameron.
Okay.
He's from like The Bachelor. My friends are all obsessed with him.
Got it.
And I just found it incredibly interesting to listen to him. And he got bashed in the comments by some females, which I didn't necessarily agree with. But he just talked about like, there's women in my life who have come to me now at this point, like, I want to settle down. I don't want to go out and party anymore. I want to build. I want to flip homes. I want to build out my business and all these things. And I just want somebody who can support me and help like grow. And I want a woman who's going to help build me up. And there's going to be some women who bring me down. And I just thought it was just really interesting how he broke that down, kind of to your point of like what stage you're going to meet that person, and that's the impact that they're going to make. So 100% I thought it was good.
Agree. So yeah, I had a girl in my life when I was probably in my early 30s, late 20s, early 30s when I met her. She worked for me. She helped me. There was that element of like loyalty. I'm going to be loyal to this girl. She's helped me, but it didn't work out for loyalty reasons. But
from you?
What's that?
From your end?
Yeah, both ends. We had some issues. But the point is, we weren't ready. Also, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to like full on go down that path. But if I did end up with her, I'm just kind of thinking in the future. I'm not going to leave a girl that I'm with for 5-10 years who helps me become a multi-millionaire and trade her in. Like guys, I don't feel like leave the woman that they've been with. Now, do they slip up and then the woman wants to leave and take half of homeboy's shit? I see that all the time. Yes. But just because the guy was like, look, babe, we've been together 9 years and I was in Vegas at a bachelor party and yeah, maybe some stripper, whatever. Oh my God. Now they have family together, kids together, business together. She's going to basically let everything crumble because he slipped up one time. Do you think that's right? Gabby, should she leave him?
One time, it can be multiple times. It just takes one time.
It takes one time because you break the trust. At the end of the day, the trust is broken.
So it's a long-term effect. I know it's like, I just banged another girl randomly one time. But at the end of the day,
would you leave your man if he was paying for everything, providing you the best lifestyle ever? Life is great, and boom, one time he cheats. Do you leave him?
Okay, actually, when you put it that way, I think I would have an understanding.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to lie, well, I'm not gonna touch the subject here, but I don't know.
Touch the subject, Val. You just said you're not gonna lie.
Well,
Don't lie.
It's weird to talk about that here, so I'm not talking that.
Yes.
No, like let's say like open relationships.
You're into that.
You know,
That's
I mean, I'm
different.
not saying I'm into that, but like I wouldn't be opposed to it.
On whose end?
Both ends.
Hell no.
Exactly.
No real dude's gonna let his girl get banged out.
But that's different. Open relationship is a common agreement. If you're in
Exactly.
a relationship with somebody, it's I'm with you, you're with me.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
You step out of that relationship, you've broken trust.
Exactly.
The loyalty is not there anymore. And that's something to rebuild. Now, if you've built a whole family, years and this and that, and he messes up, sure. But it's still going to take a lot of work and extra work on his end to make up for that lack of
Why?
trust and distrust. Because
I'm not condoning cheating.
Because
But men and women cheat for different reasons.
Correct.
okay, but either way,
He
you've broken
cheated.
a trust and a vow with your
Yes.
partner.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
we're not
that's-
even married, let's say.
It doesn't matter. You
said we
you
were
act
cheating.
as if until you are.
Well, you know
So
what?
you've broken that trust as your
Sometimes you
partner.
ladies
You
are
crossed the
gonna-
line.
Sometimes ladies might have to learn the hard way. That what's worse, I had this
And men
conversation.
too. Men have to learn the hard way because the
True
woman's not
that.
going to put up. She's going to
But
give
if
you
that
heat.
dude becomes the man, look, I'm not talking to fucking Bill the plumber was like, yeah, bro, I just been drowning in pussy.
No, I'm not even talking about that
I'm talking
either.
about some multi-millionaire, successful guy,
Agreed.
high-value man who's like, yeah, baby, I slipped up. This
think you
happened.
can't- I think
you're
you're
just
trying
like
to
gonna
understand.
freak out, become emotionally, and just leave him and throw everything away.
I wouldn't say
when it's like,
emotionally
why can't you
leave.
just rebuild something with that guy?
You would rebuild it, but that's going to take a lot of work to rebuild. It's not like, oh, I forgive you. You
But then
slipped
here's
up
my
in another
point.
girl. That's okay.
Then here's my
the
point to
man
the
has to
ladies.
make extra work, extra effort, extra work. Make sure that your woman feels secure after he
Right.
slipped up. Now, am I condoning women to go leave their husband, ruin their family, and then have to go find a job at 60 years old? No, I'm not condoning that.
No.
But I'm just saying,
Yes.
as a man, if you're gonna slip up into another bitch, you better be ready to make sure you can follow up and get your woman back
You
and
know
fix
what?
the household
Put
that
a
you
level of
destroyed.
respect.
Maybe I did this to trigger some of you ladies.
That's fine.
Maybe I
ahead.
did this to reveal the following.
Okay.
Maybe I revealed it. You can't just be hot and coast.
Correct.
You can't just be like, well, I'm hot. And if the one thing you're bringing to the table, ladies, is you being hot, and if some other hot girl shows up, he gonna slip up.
Yeah.
Believe that. Why? Because the only thing you're bringing to the table is being hot. So, back to my own situation, I said to this girl, listen, why are you giving me a headache right now? I said, explain what you're doing for me, other than being pretty. She's like, well, you know, nothing. I go, exactly.
Damn.
So-
she just read.
So I'm saying, because I don't need her for anything. But the
Nothing.
point is, what do I need? Or maybe I come home and, you know, dinner's ready, or the house looks good, or my outfit's picked out the next day. Whatever the hell it is, she's bringing value to my life. So when it is time for me to see some other hot-ass girl, and I'm like, you know what? They're all hot. She's hot, she's hot, she's hot. But she is adding to my life, not subtracting from my life, and not just coasting on being pretty.
Good point.
So what I'm saying to the ladies is this. You're all pretty ladies. You're all going to have some opportunities with dope men. What are you doing to bring value to that guy's life other than being pretty? Because I can assure you, ladies, if it's just being pretty, he'll find a younger, prettier girl at some point and keep it moving, keep it grooving.
Yep.
But if you're irreplaceable, like Sean's girl, she's smart, she helped him build his business, she's loyal, he's there. He's not just going to slip up when he sees some hot chick. He might be like, but he's not going to touch.
Right.
Right? Because, Sean, I don't want to put you on blast. You look, because you have eyes. You actually have 4 of them. I get it. But you don't touch. Is that fair to say?
It's a correct statement.
It's not like as a guy, you're like, I have a girlfriend, and I did not notice that fucking human stallion that just walked in with the biggest ass. Like, you see it, but you think to yourself, if you're like me, you're like, "Damn." Okay, anyway, back to life.
That's so you.
And I have a girl,
Yeah, that is
I assume.
Yeah, control the urges.
Control the urges. So the lesson to the ladies is, your man will cheat if all you're bringing is being hot.
I don't think that's necessarily right. I think it has a lot to do more with the character of the man. Depends on how you're raised, what you value more. in how you see like your relationship.
That's to an extent,
Yeah.
but let me tell you, you can show me the highest value, highest character man out there, and if all you're doing is being hot and expecting gifts, he'll trade your ass in for a less pretty girl or a hotter girl with better values.
But she should know that, because the man at that point is picking her because of her beauty only. So it's kind of like you're getting with a man that like pretty much is telling you, oh, the moment you're ugly, I'm going to go to the other pretty girl.
Well, you know the quote, they say that women who marry for money and men who marry for beauty are equally robbed in the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Correct.
true.
Right.
So it's, what are you solving for? Of course, men are solving for beauty. Even the great Sean Kelly over here, who's like, number one for me is smarts. But yeah, number two is beauty.
Yeah.
I've actually never heard that from any dude. Respect to you. Homo sapien. What is it?
Sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual.
I thought it was that too, don't worry.
No, we're with the Homo sapien over here, which just means human. Sapiosexual. But, no? Okay. Verdad. Anyway, all I'm saying is make yourself irreplaceable to your man.
Do we want the
versus
poll?
then hot and replaceable. Correct. With that being said, let's pause.
You want that
We'll
poll?
do a poll.
We
We'll
have
do
the
some
poll
super chats. We'll do
answer.
some stuff. Go ahead.
The poll answer is, what's more important, looks or intelligence? We have looks with 69%.
Told you.
And then we have intelligence with 31%, believe it or not. So
Wow.
yeah. Wow.
Bad.
Yeah. We need to ask better questions.
You don't like that?
Because I know
Sometimes
our
brains is
audience.
nice.
I know our audience. I love our audience.
Too many
They
bimbos.
automatically think, yo, if she's hot, she's an OnlyFans girl. I ain't doing shit, bro.
That's
not
not true.
what I'm saying.
That's not true.
No offense, Val.
It's like a none
But
taken.
I also know that just like there's an element out there that's like, yeah, if she's a virgin, I don't care how she looks. She's my virgin. She does what I say. She's submissive. So as long as she's smart and does what I say, I don't care how ugly she is. I don't know about that either, Hoss. I'm just saying we're gonna probably have to ask this in a. It would be like, what are the top qualities you're looking for a woman? Beauty, brains, loyalty, what have you. I can assure you, with the exception of Sean, most guys are going to say beauty first.
I'm not
Yeah,
surprised
I
they
feel
picked
like
intelligence, because that's also like, as a man, it's like, okay, she's gonna be aware of like money expenses too.
Nah, you know how many dudes date stupid ass dumb girls just because they're
And you
hot?
give them your card and they spend all your money, and
There's
you're
a limit.
like, what the fuck?
You get $1,000.
Okay,
You
and
break
what
the
happened?
trust?
What happened when you gave her that limit? She ran it up. There you go.
Listen, again, there's different. If she did that when I was 20 years old, I'd be having a heart attack. At 40 years old, I'm glad that it's only 1,000, and I'm happy. So it's levels to this. It's like if you meet your girl when you're young, you're gonna value what more she's bringing to the table versus there's less that I need a girl to bring to the table when you're richer and successful. It's just levels to this thing.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like even
Sure.
like just how like women hold men accountable for like being high value, being in shape, and doing all this. I feel like if you know you're like a really attractive girl and you can get any guy that looks at you, then you still gotta like fill in those other voids. Like most
For
girls,
sure.
most really attractive girls aren't the smartest.
That's
more
true.
times than not. So it's like, okay, then maybe you gotta pick up a book or something. Learn how to cook
Read,
or like
bitch.
do something. Just
You
so
bring
you
up
can
such
fill
a
that
good
void.
point, Malik. I don't know any dude that just coasts through life because he's got good forearms and he's ripped. I don't know many dudes that just coast through life.
Well,
There's
that's-
no hot dude drinks free tonight. Zero.
Right.
But there's ladies drink free, whether you're pretty or whether you look like a human orangutan. Okay? If you're a woman, you're gonna drink free. Ladies are given umpteen opportunities to have a great life. Now, the prettier you are, the less you actually have to do. Oh, women get free drinks today. Women get free meals. Hey, we're going on a trip. Bring all your girls. They're all invited on the yacht or on the plane or whatever. Sorry, they can't bring their boyfriends. You know how many times I've heard this speech? But at some point, like, have you ever seen what Kate Moss looks like today? You know who Kate Moss is?
Yeah.
Kate Moss was the hottest model in the 90s. The hottest. She was famous for Calvin Klein and heroin chic. Can you Google current Kate Moss? Okay. Go to when she was young.
I mean, she looks good there.
No, that's not what it is. The point is this. She looks rough these days. Real rough. Or you see what Pamela Anderson looks like these days?
Oh, yeah.
How's Pam Anderson looking these days?
I think she still looks good for her age.
No, she's rough.
No.
The point is, there's Kate Moss on the left, that's on the right with a ton of makeup. I'm telling you, Malik, you're making me look bad here. She looks great on the left.
Looks a little washed up.
Go to New York Post, Kate Moss. I guarantee you.
Wait, I want to see what Pamela Anderson looks like now.
We can find it. He's on the ones and twos. The point is this. When women are young, I'm beautiful. They'll tell guys, don't talk to me. I don't like, how many girls have seen that?
Yeah.
How many guys, don't talk to me, that whole vibe.
Yeah, I've seen
Now, Pamela Anderson's like, somebody please talk to me. Please. I'm out here looking for a friend. But women can get by on their looks, like Malik said, whereas men are just getting by on their looks.
Yeah.
So
Oh
there's
my
Kate
gosh.
Moss now.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, I thought that was...
Sorry to burst everyone's bubble.
Damn.
Okay.
Don't do her like that.
Punch in, y'all.
Are you for real? Is that
Yes. Go to the title of the article.
what happened?
She's smoking a cig.
Yes.
I was gonna make a joke.
She looks unrecognizable while she's smoking a cigarette during
Well,
her lunch.
there you go.
Okay, but that's my point, is that she was young and beautiful and feminine, didn't lock down a dude, and now she's the wicked witch of cigarette smoking out here, and no dude is trying to deal with that. And unless, I don't know what she did in her personal life, unless she improved her personality, her sapiosexual tendencies, her brains, her just actual motherly qualities, her supermodel days are done.
Yeah. She
Well,
can
that's
find
what
her
you-
a sugar
Yeah,
daddy,
exactly.
She get her little daddy.
There she
her little
go.
Old daddy. She
There
can
she
figure it
go,
out.
right there.
Shots fired.
Do her like that.
There she go. Kate.
She might watch this.
I'm knocking her for that
What
sake.
did that guy Smeagol used to always say? My precious.
Yeah,
That's how she's treating them cigarettes. Moving on.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to say?
Let's go to the next
Okay.
topic, and then we'll go
Gotcha.
to-
Okay. Moving right along. Love the conversation we just had of high value men, high value women, what men will pay for, what women will pay for, what men expect, what women expect. You know who talks about this quite often? Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
We've done multiple podcasts with Tate. Audience is obviously a big fan of Tate. So while Travis Kelce, as we just discussed, might have his temporary sugar mama and Taylor Swift, Andrew Tate basically did a tweet that's saying, like, do not rely on a woman. It ain't gonna work out in the long run as a man.
Be reliable.
Okay? What's that?
I said be reliable as a woman.
Be reliable as a man, and then you can have any woman. So, pull up his tweet if you don't mind. So, here's what he said. Relationships are great, but know this. As a man, every serious struggle you face in life, you will face alone. When the assailant pulls a knife and aims to kill you, your woman cannot help you. By the way, I just would like to point out, Tate's that dude that's getting assaulted by knives. I don't know many dudes that deal with that, but that's a Tate thing. Back to that. You will help solve her biggest battles. She will send you love as you head off to face your own. Women are a luxury. Self-ability is a necessity. When I was in jail, hold on, Malik, brother. Malik.
Read fast.
Jesus. Go back up.
There, women are a luxury. She's
Women are a luxury. Self-ability is a necessity. I fully depend on my woman for nothing. Just like I talked about with my situation. They're the cherry on top. When I was in jail, I did not expect her to pay the bills. I did not expect her to run the empire. The things she does for me are things I could easily do for myself. This is actually so poignant. When men say their wife is their number one ally, this is a man with minor struggles. When the mafia is threatening to shoot my mother in the head, when I'm in the ring with broken bones, when I was stabbed, I cannot call my girlfriend and ask for help. You will need brothers for war. Ask a woman directly, do you want to help me with my problems? Look in her eyes. Look how she was instantly. Is she less attracted to you for what? Fix your own and fix hers. She doesn't belong in life or death battle. This is a man's world. So you know how they say, James Brown, this is a man's world. This is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. No one?
Exactly.
No James Brown fans?
Exactly.
Jesus.
So it wouldn't be
But
nothing without women.
This is, Sean, this is probably different than how you view it. Let me explain. This is a man who took years to have success, years to fight in the ring, years to build his business. I'm not talking about the allegations. I'm just saying the actual facts. Years to build himself up to being the multi-millionaire dude, badass, social media influencer, everything he's doing. And at this phases of his life, because I've been to his house, I've been to his compound, I've seen the ladies, nice ladies, there on their own volition, their own will. What were they doing? They were bringing us coffee, they were helping. Can I get that? I'll get the door. They were adding to the environment, mostly, because they were just ridiculously hot and pretty. Shocker alert, guys like pretty girls. But they're not causing headaches, they're not causing drama. So when you hear something like this, I totally get it. He's like, I don't need you to do shit. I want you, but I don't need you. So you've had a very different situation. Your girlfriend was there from day one. Do you understand the difference between, let's say you met a girl at this chapter of your life right now versus when you were 18, 20 years old? What would you need from a girl today?
It'd be tough today because now I've got the money, you know, I've got the success, you know, a lot of girls are in my DMs and I know it's straight up materialistic. So it'd be tough, man, to be honest.
Gotcha. So what, what's your girl's name? I don't know if
Ariel.
Ariel?
Yeah.
Ariel, he loves you. He's going right home to you. Where this is not calling you out. But if God forbid something you and Ariel didn't work out and you and Riss over here ended up, what would you need from her at this point in your life? Or what would you actually need?
Just a support system, you know, protect me emotionally, spiritually. She's my rock. She can meet someone within 5 minutes. She'll know if she's a good or bad person. I think girls are very in tune with their spiritual side. So that to me is important. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. Is anyone here dating a super successful guy?
My
You
guy.
are?
Yeah.
Okay. Why does he need you?
He doesn't need me.
Huh.
He wants me around.
Why does he want you around?
I add to his life.
How so?
I give him emotional support, the things you guys have talked about. He also works in the industry with a lot of models and women, and I help him in that world. I help him understand women more. I help him at home. I support him emotionally. What is it? We put on a good front together, like as a team. We're
So
very
you're
much
a model,
team.
but he's also in the industry as well?
He's a talent
What does he
agent.
do?
He's a model agent
So he's around pretty girls all day.
all day.
And this doesn't cause jealousy for you?
No.
So would it
What
be
keeps him
fair to
from other
say a
models?
guy like that could be with any pretty girl he wanted?
He definitely could.
Okay, gotcha. So let's back up a second.
He used to be a professional basketball player, so he's
Even
been in
better.
this world.
So he can be with any girl.
Yeah.
He's got money. He's got looks. He's dealing with models, but yet he chose you. Now, are you argumentative with him?
No.
Are
We
you,
argue maybe once every 6 months, maybe.
Okay. Do you disagree with him a lot?
No.
Do you allow him to lead in the relationship?
After time, I did, yeah.
Okay, you did. So what took so long? Like, what was that evolution?
I just had to trust him and know that he could be a good leader because I've always been the leader of my own life. You know, I never was with someone that I could trust to lead. But now I love that he leads. I'm like, let me turn my brain off when we're together.
Yeah.
Okay, I love what you just said there because I feel like every woman has to find that situation, find that dude where they can just literally take their hands off the wheel. You know, like, trust in Jesus, off my hands off the
Jesus,
wheel,
take
that
the
whole
wheel.
thing. You have to be able to trust in your man.
Yeah.
Because if you're always going to be in a situation where you're like, nah, I don't need no man, I trust myself, I'm the alpha in this relationship, you're never going to find the relationship you want in your life.
Yeah.
Okay? In a past relationship, not the girl who I was just paying for, in a past relationship, I kind of hit her with a few, because she was a little bit older. She was in her early 30s, 33. This other girl I'm talking about is 23. Big difference. So I said, look, if I'm going to waste my time with a girl who's 33 turning 34, I need to know that like she's like on board from Jump Street, not like we date for 2-3 years and then I find out she ain't about that life. And I realized she put on like a good front at first, but then it was like, nah, I can't deal with this. And she's like, yeah, I'm so used to paying my own bills. I am so used to not relying on man. I can't even begin to believe you when you say you got me. I'm like, listen, what's going to happen is you're going to end up quitting this job. This is how this is going to work. And you're going to move in with me. And you no longer need to work at this job. It was a bartender job, right? Where she makes over 100 grand. And I said, but you need to trust that I'm going to take care of everything. I'm going to pay the bills. You can still get a job during the day, but I'm not going to date a girl who's at a club all night. Okay, we don't have kids. It's not like I'm going to sit around. She's going to be a housewife doing nothing. But you need to trust that I got this. And she's like, I've been on my own for so long. I can't quit. I can't do this. I said, whether it's with me or the next dude, unless you're going to be that 40-year-old still serving drinks in a club, you're going to have that moment in your life.
How long were you with her for?
Not a long time, like 4 months.
Well, you got to build the trust. Because
True that. But a guy like this, I'm not going to date her for 2 years and then be like, so do you trust me yet?
True.
It's like...
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I was with a guy for like 2 months and he's like, okay, you got to quit. You got to do this. I'll take care of you.
No. I didn't say you need to quit today. I'll say this is what the plan's going to look like by the end of the year.
Then, yeah.
You're providing a plan to build
I'm
towards.
like, this
That's
is a game
different
plan.
story.
This is
that's
like
different. But that's also you to the point, and I would put myself in those shoes. Like, but my dad also prepared me to take care of myself so that I can take care of myself. But then when it is time, like I said, my mom's a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids. We're all 2 years apart on the dot. And my dad traveled the world and paid for everything. That's how we were raised. So, but my dad was like, I'm going to make sure that you can take care of yourself at all times so that when it is time for somebody to step in, my dad always jokes, he's like, I can't wait till somebody takes you off my payroll. You know?
But back to this quote from Tate. This is how men think or should think when they're 35 years old, 40 years old, and they're still single or they don't have a woman in their life. He's basically saying to other guys, yo, like, you did this.
Right.
You made this money. You made a name for yourself. You used to be that chubby little kid that got picked on. Now you're a freaking fucking badass multimillionaire. Like, you did this. Okay? So be careful for the woman that you're bringing into your life because you don't really need her. Every guy, we started off the show with, guys reach success so they can bring dependence into their life. Not independence with an E-N-C-E, dependent, E-N-T, dependent, like on your tax forms. It's because we don't want to just be alone.
Right.
But women, while they sort of garner that independence mindset, it will lead to them being alone. I've seen it a million times. Why do I know that? Why do I know this? What evidence do I have? Well, let me show you something. I have this app called Hinge on my phone. Anyone familiar with Hinge? Why do I have Hinge on my phone? I guarantee you, swear to God, I like meeting women in public. But I'd like to see what's out there. And it's interesting. Here's what I found on Hinge. Nat, how many unread messages do I have on Hinge?
165.
165 unread messages. I ain't even got time for these hoes. But here's what I do understand. 150 of those messages are from women who are 35 plus. Because they're the ones being like, yo, who's this dude? Yeah, can I get that guy in my life? You know who their messages are not from? From the hot 24-year-old that's getting DM'd by every dude out there. She ain't reaching out to me. What's my point? At 24, these women are just sitting back. Oh, the guys are coming my way. At 35, single, they're the ones sending DMs. It's totally different. Maximize your 20s, ladies. And gentlemen, you might not come into your own until you're in your 30s or even 40s. We are different. We are equal, but we are different. What's the movie? Same, but different.
Well,
Same.
Women are on a time clock. That's why.
Women are on a time clock. What movie was that with Kim Jong-un, James Franco? Same, but different. Nobody saw this movie?
No.
Just you.
Crickets. Can we get
Nobody?
a cricket soundboard?
Same.
Crickets,
Yeah.
cricket.
What? The Interview. Thank you, Aaron. It was The Interview with Seth Rogen. We are the same, but different. Anyway, men and women are not the same.
No.
Last story before we move on. Okay? Same, but different. Okay. We just talked about successful men, high-value women. Everybody out there these days wants to be a millionaire. Who wants to be a millionaire? Interesting. More than half of millennials, pull this up, more than half of millennials think that they're going to be millionaires, right? Cha-ching. So more than half think they're going to be millionaires. Here's what the data actually suggests. 70% of millennial men, 70% of delusional millennial men think they're going to be millionaires, and 38% of mostly delusional millennial women say they will be millionaires at some point in their life. In reality, millionaires are less wealthy than most previous generations. We're at the same age. By the way, there's 22 millionaire Americans in this country. There's how many Americans that live in America? Did I just say that in English? How many people live in America?
320.
320 million. So what's 22 millionaires on 320? Basic math. What do we got? Give a number. Give a number.
Are you saying 22 or 220? I'm sorry.
8%.
So there's only
So
22 millionaires in the
8.8%.
US.
That's why.
8.8%. So you have an 8.8% chance of becoming a millionaire.
Only
Yet
22?
Yet 70% of delusional millennial men think they're going to be millionaires, and 38% of mostly delusional millennial women.
Think big,
So, here's
big.
my question. Think big. The reality is, based on math, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 people with cameras on this show. Raise your hand if you're a millionaire. We're already beating the odds. There's 2 of us here. By the law of averages, none of you motherfuckers gonna be millionaires.
I mean, one's my parents, bro.
Watch me.
Okay, watch me. Perfect.
I got some insurance.
Val,
Got some insurance locked in place.
I'm watching. Because of these 8.8% of millionaires in America, 2/3 are men, 1/3 are women. Okay? So I'm watching you, Val.
Keep watching.
How are you going to become a millionaire? Give me your game plan.
Maybe
Everyone's
rich.
going to do this.
Okay.
How are you going to do it?
No, just continue building myself, building my
Be
career.
specific. Build what?
My business.
What's your business?
I don't want to talk about it here.
You already said Playboy and
I-
OnlyFans.
Well, that's not my business. That's what I'm taking advantage of now that I'm young and I look the way I look to make my future and be established.
So what's your business? Huh?
It's not.
What's your
cap.
business?
I mean, it's a clothing brand. It's for
Clothing brand.
yoga clothing
A
brand.
yoga clothing brand.
It's
All
gonna
right,
be
so
the
that's
next.
your game
it's
plan.
gonna be the next Aloe Yoga or Lululemon.
Okay. Karma.
Hi.
Hi. How are you going to become a millionaire?
I would hope with the talents that I have with music. I enjoy photography. I love being creative. I also am pretty athletic. So
So the WNBA,
They don't pay
they
well.
don't make any money. Gotcha. So you and Sean are the only 2 people on the panel that can dunk, unless Gabby.
I can touch rim.
You can tell. I used to dunk.
Go,
dunk.
Gabby.
yeah,
no,
if
I
you
dunk
lower
the
the rim
donuts.
for me, 5'2", 5'3".
Kay,
Yeah.
how are you going to become a millionaire?
I wouldn't want to become a millionaire, but
What?
I'll help my man become one.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
What was that?
What?
What was that? Say that again?
What?
Say it
Oh,
again?
I personally wouldn't want to become a millionaire, but
But?
I would help him become one if he wants one. But we don't really want that lifestyle. We want a completely different lifestyle.
What lifestyle do you want?
We want a homestead in the future.
You want to live in Homestead? Or there's a city in Miami called Homestead. If you want to
No,
live an
like-
hour and a half outside of Miami for cheap rent,
No,
you live
like
in
buy
Homestead.
land and have animals and a garden
That's
and
a
live
lot
off
of money.
the land.
That's money, girl.
Yeah.
That's money.
Yeah, but you don't need
to
to be a millionaire to achieve that. Is
Yes,
what I
you
mean.
do, baby.
But no, it's
yes,
really
you do.
expensive.
Yeah,
I know.
it's expensive.
I know,
You
but I
want
know
land,
people who
chickens,
have,
cows,
like-
She's
baby,
looking into
kids.
this. Chickens, horses,
yeah,
cattle.
You need $1 million.
No, but like
You
I
need $1
know
million.
people who make like $500K a year and do it. And like
Yeah,
the-
well,
yeah, so like
500K a year will get you to $1 million net worth in 2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's just math. But multiple years, that's
You
how that
need
works. So,
yeah.
but you said you're going to help your man become a millionaire. How about you, Kim? How you going to become a millionaire? How you going to make it happen? Definitely not paying for all your man's dates.
No, not by doing that. I'm in school right now for pre-law, so either by that or I'll
So
marry
law
rich.
school?
Yeah,
That's your big deal? Okay.
I'll marry rich. My man's
Marry rich?
Yep,
Huh.
man's
Got
gonna
it.
be a millionaire.
Riz, your man's successful. You're helping your man. Give me your path to success. How are you going to become a millionaire?
Continue creating more streams of income for myself, my man as well.
Got it.
We're both entrepreneurs, so.
Nat,
Yes.
what's your plan to become a millionaire?
I mean, I would help my man in that direction and as being a support. And then if somehow, some way with what I'm handling and doing gets me there as well, then we get there together.
Gotcha. So you notice a theme here?
Which is? We want the man
You
to be a
guys have the
millionaire?
option of helping your man become a millionaire.
For sure.
No man. Malik, how you can become a millionaire?
Locking in with valuetainment, man. We about to take it to
Yeah.
the moon.
Okay. Why don't you just help your girl start a business and then just work for her?
If VT don't work, that's the fallback.
Okay, gotcha.
That's right, Malik.
Yeah, said no man ever.
Well, some
I'm
men
just gonna-
help women OnlyFans, and they make the women makes the money, but essentially it's a business together. And
Yeah,
then
that's
they're
your plan?
millionaire. Did I say that was my
Listen,
plan?
you know how much money
Did I
I've
say
made?
that was my plan?
No, you know how much money
Okay.
I've made on OnlyFeet selling your goddamn toe pics?
How much? Because I haven't seen any of it.
$48.
I haven't seen any of that $48. Okay.
Okay.
You're supposed to charge 50 per feed pic.
Help him,
Yeah,
Val. Help
right.
him.
So the point is, it's not a sustainable business model helping your girl for the most part. Now, that opens up a whole nother can of worms. Let's say you are that dude that helps his wife blow up on OnlyFans, like we just had Allie Ray on there.
Right.
How comfortable will you be with your wife's private parts all over the internet?
Some men don't care.
Some men don't care? I would argue that very
unfortunate.
few men
Sure,
don't care.
but some
Sean,
men
for
don't
what
care.
price would you be comfortable with your girl just putting her shit all over the internet? How much money would you need to have in your life for your girl to be all up out there?
It's no price. I wouldn't do it.
Even a hot ass chick like Val over here?
Can't do it.
She's hot, dude.
I don't show.
Like we said.
everything, so-
You don't?
No.
Oh, then how you doing?
I just do topless. I say just topless modeling. What's the difference if
Oh,
I'm
so you're topless?
yeah, if I'm an actress and I have a
So
topless
you know how they
scene-
say, I don't
It's
say
the
it
same
topless,
thing.
I say the titties is out, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, yeah, that's not, from the bottom down, you don't see anything. It's just up here.
But your titties are on the internet.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, it's a double standard because, yeah, if I was an actress, let's say, and I have a nude scene, my titties are out. But because I'm an actress, oh, it's art, it's this. But if it's a picture, oh, she's a hoe. So they're still the same titties.
Interesting. If Leonardo da Vinci, who painted the Mona Lisa, was like, let me put some titties out there, I get it. It's work of art. OnlyFans is a work of art. I get it.
I mean, I'm not saying it like that, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's the same body part, same organs, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's just the double standard of, like, the way they're being shown.
Gotcha. So to be clear, your game plan to become a millionaire, Val.
Titties out until I
There it is.
Until
put it all into
There it is.
into my business.
Okay. Last thing here, real quick, and then we're going to go to the happy ending. So, we talked about men paying on the first date, paying when you go out to the club, paying for pretty much everything, because if you don't, as a man, pay, the woman's dries up. You learned this the hard way. You said you would pay for your man for maybe 6 to 12 months, then keep it moving. You literally broke up with the dude because he wasn't paying his end of the bargain. The man needs to pay, right? Karma literally left her dude at the Benihana type restaurant because he wanted to split the bill. It ain't gonna happen, gentlemen. Okay, so that's for dinners, that's for dates. But I'm a Miami guy. I was born in these clubs. I own a club. I'm out there. I see who pays the bill when it comes. And I see when the bill shows up, the women are just like, and the men, especially if it's a bigger bill, because you know how, all right, dude, it's $5,000. We'll each throw in like $1,500. We'll split it. The guy talk. You've been in those situations where the guys huddle up and it's like, all right, dinner was $1,000. The guys would chip in while the girls are just kind of like,
Yes.
exactly. So here's what I understand. So it's very rare for a girl to throw down at the club, but at the club is very primal. With this whole situation about traditional gender roles, the club is where it all goes. The bar, the club. The man is the hunter. The woman is the prey. Very primal. Can I buy you a drink?
It's like a jungle.
It's a jungle out there, right? So that's where we sort of return to our traditional gender roles. So why is it expected for a man to pay? Let's play this clip. I believe it's an Instagram clip, and we'll have this last conversation.
Oh, I saw this.
You've seen at a club in Miami?
35,000 at Kiki on the river.
35,000.
Yeah, we did that.
You paid for it? Who paid for
I
it?
paid for that.
25,000.
And who paid for it?
A doctor friend.
Where was that at?
It was at 11.
You guys ever paid for a table?
No. I don't pay for tables, so I don't know.
Have you ever like seen a bill though and you're like, holy crap?
I usually leave before they give the bill.
This bill you've
Okay, so these guys are all paying $35,000, $25,000, $5,000. The girls are not offering to pay for anything at the club. The guy is paying the bill. Any objections?
No.
Okay. All I want to know is the following. Why won't you guys throw in to help pay the bill? I want to hear it from you guys. Why is it expected the man will always pay the bill, especially at the club?
Because you paid for the woman to show up.
Okay.
I
Val?
think it's just the simple invitation. It's like same thing if you're asking me out on a date, you're inviting me out. So I think that's why. Unless we both agree maybe, oh, let's go grab food. And then it's like, I pay for my stuff and you pay for yours or something like that. But if you're asking me out, if you're inviting me somewhere, I'm expecting you to pay.
Got it. Gabby?
I couldn't agree more.
Okay. Karma?
So it's more of like a how you represent yourself. So if it's a first date, you want to be seen as someone that's like, you can count on this man, kind of like that whole trust thing. So if we're already in the relationship for a while, I don't mind splitting.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not the problem. As far as the club thing goes, that was insane, $35,000. I really don't know what to say about that, to be honest.
Just throw in like 5 G's, it's fine.
No, I don't go to the clubs like that.
I'm not even going to the club.
That's not my thing. If I'm ever in a club, it's usually to go and perform my music, but that's about it.
Got it.
But yeah, that's my idea as far as like splitting.
Okay. Why don't women even think about paying for the bill at the club?
I don't know. I've never been to a club, but
Amazing. Oh, that's right.
The
These girls
chance
are
to
young.
go crazy. They're gonna want her.
How about you? Why do when your boyfriend, he invites all the models, I assume he pays for all the bill. The girls don't throw in nothing, right?
We don't go to the club with the models.
Oh, you don't?
No.
We don't even let these girls out the house. I get it.
we don't do all
Sometimes
that.
we let them out the cage. But why is it expected for the man? I get it. If it's a one-on-one thing, I'm taking you on a date, totally understand that. I get it. Some of this is basically obvious. Sometimes I just want to hear you say it. Why is it expected if we're all at the club, we're all having a great time, the bill comes, that the women don't even think twice?
It's just club culture. I don't know.
I know.
It's just the club.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Nobody's even asked you this question before.
It's
That's part
just
of
the
the
culture.
experience, though. As a man, when you
also-
go to a club, what are you going to the club for? To listen to the music?
And what do you
No.
say? And
You're
what do
going
you say to the
club
girls?
To look at women.
Like, yo,
to
I
pick
got
up
a
women.
table. You can bring your girlfriends.
Correct.
Come have a good
It's
time at the table.
part
Like
of
you're
your
literally
experience.
you're
Yeah.
inviting. Like
It's part of the experience that a man is paying for. Hey, let's throw down. We get a whole bunch of girls.
Yeah,
Let's
it's like
go
you
to the club,
see a
have a good
table with
time.
just
Like,
men.
it's
Do
not
they
just
look like they're having
No,
fun?
it looks like the worst time ever.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
you gotta bring the fun, because women
So
bring
what we
the
are
fun.
saying is that men and women are different. We have different roles, even more so in the club.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Sure.
So again, the women, the boss babe, the highlight, like I don't need no man, that whole lifestyle.
Not me.
They're funding everything. Not you?
Yeah, I
Now,
need
we
a
were
man.
at a club 2 weeks ago.
I didn't pay.
The bill came.
I
took
looked right
care
at
of
you.
it. Yeah, exactly. That's
I
my
don't-
point. So what are you doing is the question that
I'm
you need
bringing
to ask.
other girls for
Yeah,
the team.
that's why I
that
invited
wants
you.
to- I know.
Nat, you're showing up to go
welcome.
recruit other girls.
I know.
Not because of your personality, that's for sure.
Well, my personality brings the girls too.
That's for sure. Recruiter, the madam over here. But my point is this, ladies. All I'm doing is setting up conversations to make points. If men are doing this, you need to ask yourself, what am I doing? That's all I'm basically saying, is that because the kind of guy you want, here's the bottom line. The kind of guy for the single ladies that they want, he doesn't need a lot from you. If you want to date the 6'3", good-looking guy, multi-millionaire, got other options, got stuff going on, cool guy, great guy, He has options. So are you the girl that's stressed? Who are you talking to? You fucking all jealous and possessive and weird and obnoxious and all that? Or you're like, how can I help, babe? The whole make daddy a sandwich thing. If daddy wants a sandwich, go make daddy a sandwich. Right, Z?
Oh, no.
Z, come up here for the happy ending and make daddy a sandwich. See, that's why Z's going to be a good wife for somebody one day. Not good for a podcast because she's sitting in the fucking audience, but she's ready to make a sandwich.
She is.
So for gentlemen out there, here's my final advice to you. Be that dude that's worthy of telling a girl, go make daddy a sandwich. And Z, what are you going to do when daddy says, make me a sandwich? How does he want me to cut it? When I say jump, she says how high.
No.
And that's where you need to be as a man. That's exactly what Tate was talking about. That's exactly what Sean Kelly was alluding to with the sapiosexual vibes. I get it. But position yourself so you are the man picking from a bunch of women to be your wife rather than waiting for that hot girl to talk to you. Then that sandwich, hoagie, wheat, white, rye, all of it, grain, put on a sexy little outfit for me, make daddy a sandwich. See, you haven't learned that lesson yet.
I can make a sandwich.
No.
I don't eat sandwiches, so I'll make one.
Exactly. Anyway, guys.
Too much bread.
We got to wrap up now. We got to pay some bills. We got to get some sandwiches out here.
Alrighty.
Nat, let's see what we got.
So I'm going to read our chats. Thank you all for super chats today. We'll start off with, we're going to do some positive super chats today. We have Weirda. Men are built to create resources. Women are resource extractors. Then we have TRC23 in the chat. Love, respect, Adam and Natalia. And then he was also giving you love, Gabby.
Oh, he hollers at you all the time, Gabby.
He loves you.
But he has like a bunch of kids from a bunch of different baby mamas. You were not looking for that.
Then we have a crypto keeper. Let's set up some dates with, let's set some dates up. What are all of the Instagrams in the panel for women that are looking minimum income for men applying for 90K? Then we have TRC again. He said, Gubby, good looking and intelligent. Then we have, good. Riss is fire, natural, and her natural, Riss is fire, and natural, her dude is the king of Miami. Then we got Beaten Cheeks.
There you go, Rissa. My guy, Mr. Cheeks.
And then we got Beaten Cheeks. Everyone, I'm sorry, my reading says not wrong. Everyone, women I have gone out with has paid for my high-end dinner dates. This is why I support feminists. Equality has existed for me. Kidding. Sup,
He's
sauce and
completely clowning you guys.
I only pay for girls with body counts under 2 on a date. Gabby? And then,
you put my name?
Then let me see if you have any
Gabby,
more.
you're getting
hollered
at left and right.
That's it for super chats. I read like the positive super chats because I didn't feel like being negative today.
You don't feel like there's some negative super chats?
Yeah, I'm not really feeling
Want me to read them?
Yeah, I don't know if you really want to read them.
How bad are they?
It's not really
How
that
much
bad.
money did they pay
it's
for
like
it?
$2.
No, we will not.
Okay.
We're moving forward. This is
I
a
know.
rule. $5 and up.
Look at how he yells at me. Do it.
What?
Say it.
Make me a sandwich. Yeah, we're not. If you want to give a positive comment, we'll read whatever.
Yes.
If you have a negative comment, I would say $10 and up.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay? I don't give a fuck about $2. You think I'm going to read somebody's fucking $2 super chat?
Come on,
to
guys.
talk shit to someone on the panel? Go fuck yourself. Anyway, have a great day, guys. So it is now time for the happy ending. This is where you guys give your biggest takeaway of the show or some drive traffic to what you got going on in life.
Yes.
So we'll start on this side. You know, you were running late, but I'll pay you the courtesy because I like sandwiches, because you'll make me one, of going first. So Kim, what was your biggest takeaway? Where can the people find you?
It was great being on here. It was different from what I have, like the other shows I've been on. I learned the Taylor Swift drama. Didn't know anything about that going on.
You didn't know anything about Taylor Swift drama?
No, not at all.
We gotta talk after.
And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for having me.
Where can we find you?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want to share, you don't have to.
Nope, not on social media.
Okay. Cool.
No social media.
Nope.
Gentlemen, you want a good, feminine,
pretty lady?
Pretty lady? You just got to approach her in real life because she doesn't have social media.
We love that.
All right. Miss K, the Christian, Bible thumping.
Kyria?
I really liked being on. I think it's my favorite one that I've been on. And I've been on a couple. So I also learned that guys don't wear a ring when we get engaged.
Thank you.
So mind blown.
And if you guys want some cleaning tips, you could follow my TikTok.
Cleaning tips.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I just
you know that
partnered
there's a
with
joke in here that's like, that's right, that's all women are for. But I'm not that dude because there's more things you can do, like make daddy a sandwich. Well, thank you for being here. Where can people find you?
It's Home with Kyria on TikTok and Kyria X Tamsel on Instagram.
Okay. Karma, sing me something, baby. You kind of butchered the Taylor Swift thing. Sing me something.
Yeah, so first, I just want to say that I definitely need to put on Taylor Swift a little bit more because that was a little embarrassing. That's for sure. Okay. As I look into the mirror, I can't see what is changing. I don't know what I see, but I'm looking for a savior. I don't know who I am anymore, I'm a stranger. If I have to choose, will I lose to the anger?
She's the bomb. Okay, Gabby. You always bring the best girls here. Z, who else did you brought?
Jamie, Rosa.
Who did you also bring?
Jamie and Rosa.
Oh, Jamie.
Mm-hmm. And Rosa.
Which one was Rosa?
The married one.
She went to the vault.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep.
Very classy lady.
Awesome girl.
She
And
is.
Jamie, who has the fitness thing.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we like Jamie a lot. Go ahead, Gabby.
No, I just love coming on here, and Z is my witness, and even my friends have been watching. I've learned a lot from a lot of the other women on a lot of the panels that I've come on, and I would align with Riz. I hope I get to your point where I can trust a man that I know that he can kind of help me get to that point, because I am probably what you were before from the independent side. So it does make me excited to know that there are people like Sean out there who are going to be supportive in that area. And you can find me on Instagram. It's Gubby for you. And on TikTok, I'm actually building out a new page. It's going to be called Tall Girl in Charge, because I pride myself in my corporate, basically everything that I do on the corporate side. I'm really proud of what I do. I'm the face of my company from an engagement standpoint, and I built a lot of the acquisition companies. So I'm actually hoping to potentially partner with Microsoft and project management companies so that I can build out what I'm really passionate about. And I love my bikinis, but there is a little more to me sometimes.
Well, the bikinis are a good look for you. We all know that. Now, I think it's so ironic that you work in the engagement side of things. Because my goal for you is to actually get engaged one day, Gabby, because I think you'd be an amazing wife. Mm-hmm. And I would hate to see you 5-10 years down the road still talking about what you do for work. I want you breastfeeding
so do I.
A baby.
Yeah. A baby. Maybe even a grown-ass man. Who knows? That's fine.
Good for
Let's
the
have
skin.
some fun out there. But keep working on that engagement. Because you're 28?
No, I'm 33.
33?
I know, I'm too old for you,
quit your
Adam.
job right now, Gabby. Start working on the real engagement. But I'm happy for you. But you gotta get going, right, Z?
No, I got 5-6 more years.
Okay.
She's older than me.
Go make daddy a sandwich. Let's see what we can do. Anyway, Val, you're 24. You're lovely. You're figuring out your life. You're doing OnlyFans. You're doing Playboy. Clean it up, bitch. What's your biggest takeaway?
Well, as Kyria said too, I had no idea that men didn't wear rings when they're engaged.
Thank you, Sean, for not wearing your wedding ring on
I'm definitely
purpose.
gonna make my future husband wear one. So I'm not gonna be wearing one if you're not wearing one. But I'm kidding. I don't know. It's just always nice coming in here and other people's opinions or comments on situations. Just it's nice to debate, see where everybody's head is at and what the public says.
There you go. Well.
Oh, and you can find me on Instagram and TikTok as Ballet Bragg.
There it is. Well, thanks as always, Val, for being here. Sean, we'll come to you last because you're the man. Riz Dubois.
Yes.
Thank you for being classy. Thank you for your model entrepreneur boyfriend for letting you out the house. Appreciate you, buddy. I know that, we typically don't let our ladies leave the house, but you did it this one time. What was your biggest takeaway, and where can people find you?
Me and my man actually talk about these kind of topics a lot, like roles of women and men. This is
Good. That means he's setting the tone and setting boundaries.
We talk about this a lot. So I've learned a lot already, so I feel like I kind of was already, acquainted with the topic. But I guess, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to skip. I don't know my biggest takeaway. What was the next question?
Your biggest takeaway is that you talk about this with your husband actively.
Yeah.
And you've learned...
Because we talk a lot, because I'm from a small town. He's from Miami, was a player around models. So his view of the world is like, it was very shocking when I moved here.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what? It was a whole new world for me.
What? This is how life works? Yes.
So he's taught me a lot.
Well, look, you can either be it's the red pill or the blue pill. That's why they call it the red pill in this community. It's like you're just, hey, I'm just milking cows in Iowa. Where are you from? I don't know.
Central Florida, really
Whatever
small
it was.
town.
Ocala.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I get
That's
it.
So weird.
I know. I know horse country. I've been there, done that. I get it.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between Ocala and Miami.
Yeah, I had
and
a
it'll be
culture shock.
culture shock. So unless you just want to be in horse country Ocala the rest of your life, you want to make something big of your life, then you're going to have to learn some lessons, right?
Yes.
Okay. Natalia.
Howdy.
Who still refuses to make sandwiches.
I
or pay for bills.
No, I don't.
What's your biggest takeaway?
I won't pay the bills, but I'll make you a sandwich. I think my takeaway, don't cheat, be loyal, have a good relationship, have good morals, and listen to SOSCAST and subscribe.
Thank you. Great shout
It's the
out right
SOSCAST,
there.
baby.
Amazing. Anyway, we're coming to the end. Sean Kelly, it's great to have you here in this conversation. You taught me a few things today.
Yeah.
That, brains is the number one thing for you. They're in my top 3, top 5.
I hope.
Depending on how they look.
I hope.
I used to have a conversation with a buddy, Sergeant Kiki, and you know who I'm talking about. And this guy was so obsessed with only dating girls with the biggest asses. He's like, I'm a culo guy, bro. He's like, I said, okay, I got it. But what would you rather? A girl with a big fat ass and a half a brain, or a girl with a full brain that's workable and usable and a flat ass? He goes, give me that stupid bitch with a fat ass. I'll tell you, just some guys
You can
don't.
buy an ass.
That's crazy.
That's true. Point
Or
is,
she could
some
get in the
guys
gym.
are just so they're fixated on the physical side of things. I'm not in that camp. Like inner beauty and outer beauty.
Or you can
Got it.
buy an ass.
You're an interesting dude. Give us your biggest takeaway and give yourself a plug so people can follow your podcast.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. If I ever go broke, I got about 6 months to get my stuff in order. That was a wake-up call, I guess.
Exactly.
I've had to piss my pants the past hour and a half, so can I go, actually? I need to go bad,
Yeah, go for it, buddy. Wow, careful now. Wow.
Oh, wait, I didn't get my plug.
You should have went before.
Same.
Oh, well, he pees.
Okay, give your plug.
At Reality with Riss on YouTube.
Wow, okay. Anyway, Malik, give a takeaway.
Yeah, so this whole episode was about high value women, and I think with that, I think a lot of women have more potential to become high value women than men have potential to be high value men. So I want to say to that, in order to be that, you should don't be one dimensional. Like if you're just a pretty face, if you're just attractive, get some intelligence, get a hobby, get in shape, take care of your body, and everybody take care of yourself. If you're not the prettiest, then be funny. Do something to try to get a guy, or just get the fattest ass you can and the biggest titties, and then you'll get somebody's looks.
Might have been the most important thing that anyone said today.
I was going to say, he really dropped some bombs right there.
Because a man, it's pretty clear. Make your money, look your best, act your best. It's pretty simple. And if you're in the top 10% of any of that, you're going to do okay with women. If you're a billionaire or multimillionaire, you're going to do all right. If you're fitness and you're that dude, you're going to do all right. Or if you're just super hilarious, have a great personality, have a great moral compass, you're going to do all right. But if you're in the top 10% of 2 or even 3 of those, world's your oyster. Very few women are going to become millionaires independently. Very few. Hell, not even that many men become millionaires. So what can you do to live your dream life? well, maybe you should add some value to your man's life. That's not saying that you shouldn't work or shouldn't have a career or shouldn't have something going on in your life. But the best, Candace Owens taught me that, the best way to be a high value woman is to support a high value man. And that is where you guys can take over the world. Anyway, we are not doing a podcast this Thursday because we are traveling, PBD, myself and the team, to an undisclosed location in LA. But we'll be back, I don't know, whenever we're back. Stay tuned. Thanks for being a part of Everything on Valuetainment. Subscribe to the SOSCAST. We'll see you next week, more than likely. We out. Save that money.
It's the SOSCAST, baby.
What were you saying about TikTok, Alberto?
TikTok is huge.
What is clean talk?
Clean TikTok.
Oh,
Clean talk.